there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing. Hello there.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Lovin. This is DellaSnooche. And over there is Dragon Buddy. Welcome to the Escape Pod. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
Clankety clank, bitches.
Clank.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
DB, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
Well. How are you doing, Brady?
I'm doing pretty good. Had some running around to do today. Kind of stressful, not stressful. Kid to the doctor's appointment. We all know how that fun can be. So had to do that. But
The big kid.
The big kid. So that was fun. The big kid, the big kid is a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
And I'm a pain in her ass.
Mhm.
I know it.
That's
It's
the role
their
of the
job.
daddy.
It is the role. Yeah, it's their job. It's my job. She was mad at me because I made her go back to school today.
When TJ was Alyssa's age, me and her weren't getting along great.
Yeah.
Just because the way she viewed the world and how she thought things should be were not the way they were. And someone has to bear the brunt of that. And so, it was mom and dad that were the fucking problem, not the solution,
The fucking Frank is in. I love it when the Frank is here.
The Frank.
I fucking love the Frank.
I heard at least the tip.
The tip, just the tip. Just the tip.
Well, DB, what'd you get into this week?
Work. That's about what I did. I put on Hawkeye and got ready to watch it, and I fell asleep before it came on. So
oh man, that's
I tried. I tried.
We're definitely going to talk
remember
about that later.
Okay. I tried.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes life just kicks you in the nuts and says, "Take a nap." And you're like, "Okay."
TJ had the same problem. She was really enjoying it, and about halfway through episode 2, she's like, she was gone.
That'll happen, dude. That'll happen. Sometimes, no matter how good it is, you're just, I can't do this.
I can't keep my eyes open.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there.
And we did a lot of drinking. I'll get into that in a little bit, but
Nice.
there was some things and some stuff, and some people got tired.
As you do.
In fact, I'll just get right into it. I fucking went to Florida to visit my kid this last week, right after having COVID for a week, week and a half or whatever. So we fly to Florida. I get COVID pneumonia. So I'm like coughing and shit the whole time, and
all the good phlegm.
Yeah, finally got the good phlegm coming up, and good times.
Oh yeah.
Probably getting like 5 hours sleep a night because I'm up for a couple random hours. She's going. My wife's stabbing me because she wants some sleep.
Stop your fucking coughing.
But we got drunk the night that we got there because we went to Disney Springs and we had a good time and probably drank up, $100 worth of booze. And then we hung out at TJ's house for a couple of days, and I bought a fifth for me, and I bought Tisha and TJ a half gallon of Jameson because I figured they would work their way kind of through it over the week, and there would probably be almost a fifth left over for TJ to keep after we were gone.
Right.
That's not what happened. We didn't do our Thanksgiving until Sunday. Okay, so we did Disney Springs on Tuesday. We hung out Wednesday, Thursday. We went back to Disney Springs on Friday and met up with Chantel.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
So before we left to go to Disney Springs, we stopped at the liquor store. I bought the girls a pint and 2 little shooters of Jameson. and I bought myself 5 shooters of Jim Beam. Okay.
5 shooters.
Then we went to Disney.
What's up, Zori?
Hey, what's going on? We went to Disney Springs and sat in the truck and proceeded to get relatively warmed up. Then we went in and we did some shopping or whatever, and then we got to the restaurant and ordered our first round of drinks, and then Chantel came. Well, she showed up. I don't know if she came. That's her own business.
That is 100% her own business. I mean, if she was that excited for the whole situation,
yeah,
good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, to each her own.
Hey, you know, when in
stuff.
Florida.
But
I think it's a
yep,
expression.
we did get 2 appetizers, and between me and Tisha and TJ, we ate and drank $188.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So all in all, between 2 appetizers and drinks, it was a $200 night.
Oh my god, man.
Nice.
And we were straight.
Chantel said she was pretty horny for the night.
She was
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic. We were all kind of horny for that night. And we all came and went.
And that's fantastic.
So like I said, we drank pretty good that night. And then Saturday was the game, so I was drinking during the game.
Yes.
And after that, we went downtown. They had their official lighting of their tree, and they had snow machines, so they made it snow on this. Like, my daughter literally lives in a what do you call that channel women watch at Christmas with all the
Hallmark.
Yes. She lives in a Hallmark town. Like, literally on their street, Disney decorates their street, and they film some of their Disney shows, their Christmas scenes and shit, like on that street.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous. And they live in this town called Celebration, and the downtown area, it looks like a Hallmark card. It's sick. It's bizarre. So we went down there. Of course, we had some drinks.
Well, you were riding the high by what a game.
Yes.
I gotta interrupt you though.
Yeah.
Chantel said fuck Hallmark,
No,
and I agree.
Shots fired.
No, fuck Hallmark. Seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, my little girls seem to think that shit needs to be playing on every TV in the fucking house at all fucking times of the day.
No.
That's my wife and daughter. They watch that shit constantly.
My wife does, my mother-in-law does, the little girls do, and it's
And you know the plot 3/4 of the way through the movie, and you're like, damn it, they got me again.
They just change. It's the same shit. They just change little fucking nuances.
Yes.
The first scene, some woman's like, and you're like, oh man, that guy beat the hell out of her, left her on Christmas, but she's gonna find true love and the meaning of Christmas by the end of this
And
movie.
she's gonna live in the fucking little town.
Yes, every time.
Or he's gonna live in the little town.
Yeah.
Or they're both gonna live in the little town
Yeah, definitely.
and fall in love.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
they should.
Right.
So that's Saturday night is when we tried to watch Hawkeye, and my daughter, at this point,
Fuck Hallmark.
we'd been drinking off and on for 4 or 5 days, and she just apparently hit her AF limit. Then Sunday happened.
Oh shit.
We were sitting there prepping for Thanksgiving dinner. Of course, we started drinking. Then some of our guests arrived, and it's just her sister and her boyfriend and her kid, and then we drank some more, and then they started doing shots of the Jameson.
Oh shit.
First, it started off being picklebacks, and then it just moved into, oh, we're just drinking the Jameson. And then, like, they all were smokers, so they'd go out and they'd smoke, and then they'd come in and do another shot of Jameson. Mind you, after this, in the evening, we're supposed to go see Afterlife.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So after everybody left, TJ passed out, took a nap. Well, not passed out, but she took a nap. Then we went to the movie theaters. TJ ended up having an involuntary mid-movie nap. And then she like when it started to get loud again at the end, she woke up and she's like, "Oh, this is a good movie."
No, I like it. I like it.
There was drinking. There was drinking the whole time. We might as well have went to Jamaica because
Fantastic.
I wasn't driving and I did it.
That's awesome.
I did the things.
You gotta do the things, dude.
Yeah.
When in Florida.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
then when we got to the fucking airport, we went to Outback Steakhouse and I ordered a drink and my wife looked at me and was like, "Oh, we're doing this." And so she ordered a fucking drink.
That's awesome.
It was yeah, I just needed to be sober before I drove home. I had a few hours. So
You
fuck
got
it.
a little bit.
Oh, and then on the airplane, I went to go pay for my my bottles of Jack Daniels, and the guy ran my card. He's like, ran my card. And if I, oh, they're on the house. Like, yes,
That's awesome. Until you get
Nice.
the charges from when he was going like this 13, 14 times.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't have 14 drinks.
Well, maybe I did. It was that kind of weekend.
So, was there anything else that happened in your week other than you worked and you took a list to the doctor?
Oh yeah, because that was literally just my day.
Oh yeah.
That was literally just my day, man. Because fuck. No, I enjoyed watching the Ohio State Michigan game with my father-in-law.
Mhm.
Saturday. That was a good. He always gives me shit. He's not anti-Michigan. He's not pro-Michigan State, but he always likes to give me shit. He doesn't really care. He just likes to poke me because he knows I like Michigan.
Yeah.
But he sat down and watched the game with me, and it was a good time to sit there and watch the game.
I love that.
It was a solid good time. We both had a beer. It was,
Yeah.
it was just enjoyable. Other than that, dude, I've been working.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of working that went on last week at the shop that I wasn't there for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little bit salty about it. I knew it was going to happen the second I was like, "Oh, I'm going on vacation." That was going to be the week that they were like putting everybody on overtime, mandatory, and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because the well been dry as fuck for about 5 months leading up to that.
I hear you.
The last time there was any real money to be made was around the 4th of July.
Yeah. I didn't work. Well, I wasn't offered Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wasn't offered Thursday and Friday. Nobody was. I didn't work Saturday and Sunday. I just kind of hung out. I didn't really do much of shit. I've been playing a lot of Forza, and then I've been going back and playing my NBA 2K21.
Yeah.
And I play a little bit of Madden. So I've been hopping on the video games a little bit more.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I played that Metroid Dread game
Again?
almost beginning to end between when I got on the airplane and when I got home. There's about a half hour of the game left that I have to do.
Again? You played
Yeah.
it again?
I
That's
played
crazy.
all the way through it again.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I mean, like the first time, I think it took 27 hours. This time, I think it took 8.
Wow. You knew
Nice.
everything was bing, 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 bing,
Yep.
bing, bing,
I
bing,
knew
bing,
how to
bing, bing,
do
bing.
like things that I found frustrating. There were bosses the first go round that I played 20 times.
Yeah.
The most times I played a boss in this run was 4 times.
Mm.
Just murking motherfuckers. So it gives me hope that maybe I'll be able to beat the final boss.
Well, you need to get into that while you're still in the playing mood and fucking beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep.
Do
Don't
it.
lose
But
it.
I
You
mean,
should have already done it.
and I mean, I played it like on the small screen with the uncomfortable.
The way God intended you.
Yeah, the Joy Cons. Like I did it. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, get you some.
Hell yeah. Do the damn thing.
Nice.
Well, if anybody got anything else, or you want to get into the show?
Let's just get into the show.
Let's
We
do
got
it.
Things we got stuff we're gonna talk about.
I'm with Chantel. Turkey sucks.
I fried our turkey.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Oh, it was great.
Was it?
It was really. We injected it with the shits,
Yeah.
and then we fucking bloopity blopped in this. Oh, it was so good.
Mm,
It's like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Fried it up like an hour.
nice.
Nice.
It was so good, dude.
Now I have been known to like pan fry some turkey, a little olive oil, some
Mhm.
soy sauce, and some seasoning and stuff. You can get
I mean,
by.
that can be good, but I'm just, fry your turkey. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Fry
Yeah.
your turkey.
Yeah.
If you got it. And we had a ham as well. And that was delicious because I
Very
got the
nice.
smoked ham, not the honey ham, because I don't like sweet meat.
Yeah.
So it was delicious. And then my wife made all the, my wife and my mother-in-law made all the traditional goodies, and my sister-in-law, they made all the fun stuff. No cranberries though, because fuck cranberries.
My daughter
Yeah,
made one of my favorite dishes, which is green bean casserole.
I love green bean casserole.
And I know that Lunar Girl's probably throwing up right now.
It happens.
She seems to not like that. I don't understand why.
Suck.
But when normally there's leftover green bean casserole, right? It's usually in a big Ziploc bag, and you like ooze it into a bowl,
right?
And then I warm it up, and then I throw some fresh fried onions on the top, and
nice.
I get down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I went to get in the fucking fridge to get some green bean casserole. Gone.
Oh,
that's bullshit.
There was 6 people. We ate 5 cans worth of green bean casserole.
That's fantastical.
Like, who the fuck eats 5? That was almost a can of green beans for each person in the room.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And one of the people was only 6, so he didn't eat it all.
No, he didn't eat shit. He didn't want to eat it because it was green beans.
Right.
So he probably ate as little of it as possible.
It was about a can of green beans per person.
Fucker probably wasted some of it that you could have fucking ate.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't killed a little kid in a long time.
You need to punch this one in the face.
I think so.
Don't hit the kid. Just shake the shit out of him.
Just to shake the shit out of him. All right. I guess I have to talk about one more fucking thing before we get into the show.
Get into it, friend.
I went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
It was fucking spiritual.
Hell yeah.
Like when I walked in, there was one of those first order. It's not an X-wing, but it's like a smaller version of Kylo Ren's ship, and it's got the beveled wings like a TIE bomber has. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I've seen,
yeah.
And there's fucking stormtroopers out walking around in front of it, crowd working and fucking with the kids, and I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's real,
awesome.
And then I fucking I went to bobble around a little bit, and I got to where the cantina was, Olga's cantina.
Yeah.
And I went up to the girl and I'm like, how long does it take to get in the cantina? She says about 2 months. I'm like, what? She says everybody fucking books this 60 days in advance. And I'm like, I didn't know that.
Son of a bitch.
And she's like, well, it doesn't really work, but a couple times in the day, if you bring up the app, you might see an opening. Probably not. And sometimes if we get slow and you happen to pop by, just ask, and maybe we can let you in because there's somebody didn't come to their appointment or whatever.
Right.
So we go ride Smuggler's Run.
Nice.
You see the fucking Millennium Falcon sitting out there, like to scale.
Oh, that's what I wanted so bad.
It's amazing. Like when you're sitting underneath it, you're like, I could ride in that if it was real. Like we could go somewhere.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
But also, you go, could you imagine being in that little boat with a giant Wookiee?
And he got wet. Oh.
Yeah. Like Chantel says, it's gorgeous. And the attention to detail is insane.
Yeah.
Like you could stare at it for hours and be like, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's cool.
I bet.
Even the landing gear has character.
That's so cool.
It's really fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Chantel says she cried the first time she saw it. I didn't, but I was close.
Yeah, I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
So we go on Smuggler's Run. We're almost all the way through the line, and Tisha's like, "Did you ever check the website to see if you could, get into the bar?" And I'm like, no. And I went, oh, fuck, there's a 4:40 time. Click mine.
Nice.
So sure enough, we got a time at the bar. We went and did a couple of more things, and then we went to the bar.
That's awesome, dude. You lucked out.
Right. And proceeded to spend $8,000 on drinks. Literally, it was $65. We had it was $78. We had 3 drinks.
Oh my god.
Is that right? No, I was right the first time. With tip, it was $62. So we had 3 drinks. They were $15 a piece, and then I tipped the waiter.
Wow.
14, 16, and I think one was 17.
Oof.
They're not it's not to get fucked up, it's to have an experience.
It's a moment.
Every one of the drinks was beautiful and amazing. My wife had a drink that I don't know if it was like a fuzzy Nerf herder or something like that, but when you drink it, the foam on the top makes your lips buzz.
That's cool.
And then makes your
awesome.
tongue go numb.
What the fuck, man?
Yes.
Bees in the shit?
It was a whole, it was like you got stung by a bee.
Whoa.
It was fucking amazing. And then like the guy next to me ordered a drink that had liquid nitrogen in it in the bottom of it. So it churns and bubbles and boils and it's smoking and shit. It was fucking sweet. And I got black jet fuel or something.
Yes.
It was bourbon and some other fruity stuff, and it came in like a little snifter, and it was amazing.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I got a Jedi mind trick, which was a kind of a martini, and it had a little bit of half and half and some lime and some Ciroc and some other stuff. So it has this hazy green vibe to it, like Luke's saber.
That's so cool.
It's fucking dope.
That is awesome.
So worth every dollar of $60, right? So then we go to or to get out of there, and then Tisha's like, I'm hungry. So we're like, there's nowhere really to eat. Everything's kind of closed. Then we walked over to this docking bay 7 and literally like scanned a barcode, popped it up on the map, told them what we wanted, and 3 minutes later it was fucking ready. We walked in and got it. And I mean, there's people everywhere. Like people are looking at the menu and blah blah. Like we went boop boop boop, ordered a couple of things. It was glorified macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, and some fresh vegetables.
Right.
Nice.
But it was
quick.
It was hot. It was ready, and it tasted good.
That's all that matters.
Bonus.
You know, it didn't blow my mind. It was only $30. It was not a big fucking deal. I mean, I know $30 is a big deal to some people, but when you're at Disney World, $30 is a discount.
You planned this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So then we were like, well, we'll go to try and ride Rise of the Resistance. It was an hour and a half wait. So we go, we get probably 35 minutes into the line. She's just like, my bladder's going to explode. I'm not going to be able to ride this. I've got to go. And I'm like, okay, it's an hour and a half wait, baby. I'm going to let you go to the bathroom and I'm going to stick this out. Mind you, I've got to pee. Because we drank all those drinks.
Right.
And then we put the food in there and then the drinks wanted out.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm going to stick it out, right? So I get a text message from Tisha about 25 minutes later saying, send me a picture of where you're at. And so I took a picture of where I was at, and she's like, the Disney staff, they're going to help me get to where you're at. So they helped her get like halfway through, and then she couldn't get no farther. So I just kind of held up and I met back up with her. And so she got to go on the ride.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Cast members is what they call them. This ride, of all the amusement rides I've ever been on, it's not a roller coaster, but it's an amusement ride.
Right.
Was the coolest fucking ride I've ever been on.
Yeah.
It tells this story of you being at a rebel base and you having to escape and the Empire catching you.
Awesome.
And then, I mean, it kind of telegraphs it from the beginning that the Resistance is going to save you. And I won't tell you any more other
Right.
than it's like on this pre-programmed cart that's not on a track. It drives around, it swirls around, it moves you this way and that way, like, and dances you through this whole ride
so
thing.
Cool, dude.
And at one moment, you like drive into a hangar, and there's fucking 2 giant at walkers that are trying to step on you, and you're like skirting around between their feet.
That's so cool.
Wow.
And then you get on this elevator, and it goes up, and of course, it stops right in front of the walker as it's drawing its fucking guns on you. And then you shit and get.
Yeah.
Like it's an amazing fucking ride. And this whole story, we rode Star Tours twice.
Right.
We got a different beginning each time, but the rest of the story was the same. Then we went back because it was time to head back in to Galaxy's Edge because I had an appointment at Zavi's.
Yeah, you're right.
Zavi's workshop.
Yeah.
Savi's workshop. So that I could build a lightsaber. Well, I had an hour and we walked past Rise of the Resistance, 50-minute wait. Right back in there. Wrote it again. It was amazing.
Nice.
Even good and exciting the second time.
That's cool. That's too cool, man. I'm so jealous.
And then I got to build a lightsaber like a real fucking Jedi, and it was amazeballs.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
So I've sucked up enough time telling my Galaxy's Edge story, but holy shit. If you have a chance,
tell us about the motherland, Don.
Take the $600 or whatever and go.
Right.
If you have little children, don't take them. Just go as adults.
I want to do it.
Nice.
But I can't.
I saw hundreds of dads that were just like, oh, these fucking kids. And I'm here at the Star Wars, and all they want to do is go back to Toy Story and ride Slinky Dog. You know what I mean? Just save yourself.
Thankfully, no, my kids are Star Wars kids. I will not allow that shit to happen.
Even
beat my children in front of me.
You uncultured swine.
Yeah, but the Galaxy's Edge experience is so adult and refined. It's not incredibly interesting to children.
Right.
That's fine. They can go with their mom.
There's there's plenty of fun things going on, but it is geared to older people.
Can this come off for a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's telling a story, it's doing a thing, and if you have little kids that are pestering you to buy them one of everything, you're gonna miss tons.
Yeah, no. That's why
loss of immersion.
If they pester me to buy shit, we're done.
Chantel defending the Slinky ride. And they also have one of those rides where you go through in the cart and you shoot all the things.
Oh, that's so much fun.
It's super fun. There's tons of great shit in the Toy Story land.
Hell yeah, the Toy Story, that ride you're talking about where you're shooting shit, where you do boop, 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 boop. That is, I fucking love that.
The one at Disney, the one where you're on the Buzz Lightyear ride,
yeah,
and you're shooting the little fucking green aliens with the 3 eyes, just fucking too much fun.
It's the best, man.
But I was not going to wait an hour and 40 minutes to go on it.
Oh no,
at
we
Hollywood.
went back to back. We went back to back.
Oh,
at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not happening when I was there.
When we went, it was dark at that time.
Okay.
And we were able to go back to back because me, Jordan, my dad, my sister, we had a contest who could get the most points.
Oh, good.
So that was
nice.
Fun.
We did that. Did the whole points thing on the Millennium Falcon ride, Smuggler's Run.
Yeah.
You get points for that.
Right, for each position.
It's dope.
That's so
sweet.
Jealous.
So
jealous.
That being said, 30 minutes into the show, let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps. Check out the Red 5 Network for all kinds of excellent podcasts like Rogue One Radio, who just talked about Ghostbusters like we're going to do here soon. And because I was on vacation, that's the only Red 5 podcast I listen to.
Yeah, I haven't been listening to podcasts, dude. I haven't been listening to shit. I haven't been listening to music. I just been working.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it distracts me from trying to do my job.
Your job requires you to not fuck up numbers and make sure that you put a bunch of things into a bunch of different accounts. And
exactly. And I feel like the only time I can do it is like on a Saturday or Sunday when there's not a lot of people in there and nobody's bothering me.
Yep.
But other than that, I can't fucking do it. And it drives me crazy because I love listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
But I don't have time outside of work to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I just don't have that free time. So.
Chantel, as you're saying, you should work for Disney. You should, because I was going to tell you my son-in-law, he gets free tickets to Disney because he works for Disney. Like there's all kinds of fringe benefits to that. So I'm sure you could do what you're good at doing for Disney and they would be happy to pay you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Please join us on patreon.com and search ATSW The Escape Pod in the search creator bar to support our show and get on the exclusive Escape Crate.
Yes. Please visit our store.
Hold on.
What happened?
How did this get backwards?
Oh, you know what it is? There isn't a space here if you're listening.
I was going to say, what the fuck happened? Let me read this.
I'll fix it.
Okay.
If you're listening to this on an audio podcast, please consider joining us live on Wednesday nights on YouTube at youtube.com/C/ATSW The Escape Pod.
Trying to throw in the forward slash.
Yep.
Please visit our store on tpublic.com. Search ATSW The Escape Pod and make sure that you scroll down and look at all the random goodies like coffee mugs, stickers, tote bags, in addition to sweet t-shirts and hoodies. Like this new t-shirt we have.
I just said that.
It's the Christmas Bros.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Festive.
Yeah, Dragon Buddy's got it in red. If you're watching this.
Yep.
If you're listening, you just have to imagine. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's Bucket Bros with Santa hats.
With Santa hats.
Yep. So definitely get in on that Bucket Bros shirt because after Christmas, that's coming down. And it's not going up again until next fall. It's going to go in a moratorium.
Hell yeah. I don't even know what big words like that mean, but I believe this.
It means t-shirt timeout.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, son.
Word. T-shirt timeout. Get you some. Yep. So, follow us at ATSW_The Escape Pod on Instagram and at The Escape Pod on Twitter. Join the ATSW The Escape Pod Facebook group for all kinds of fucking shenanigans.
All kinds of funky shenanigans.
The good shenanigans.
Good shenanigans.
The good kind of shenanigans.
Good trouble. Good trouble.
The plucky and fun.
Fucky. Fucky ducky.
It's a little fucky ducky, but that's okay.
So before we get into shout outs, are you ready to draw the escape crate from last month that we didn't do?
Because I want you to shout out the chat.
Oh, I can do that. Alan from Press Play Studios is here. Chantel is here. Zori Blissful gracing us with her presence.
Oh, thank you, Zori. It's so nice to see you.
Lunar Girl. I already said Chantel, but she bears repeating. Goodness gracious. Lots of people out there. Jason Roscom in the chat.
He is.
So many people popped up but they haven't said anything in a few minutes. Let's get back.
It happens.
The chat is being so chatty, it's almost hard to
Chantal has a lot to say about Disney.
Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. Ro is here.
Hell yeah.
Backyard TARDIS is here. Red 5 Network hopping in.
Nice.
Make sure that you're smashing on that like button if you haven't already.
Please and thank yous.
That's the holes right now.
Hell yeah. We appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for joining us live.
Absolutely. And it's time for drawing the escape crate from October.
Oh, you got a new. That's a
Yeah.
cool graphic.
It is. I wish I could put it up on the thing.
Where's the spreadsheet of the names?
Right here. Bink.
Oh, okay.
We have 155 entries this time.
Nice.
And here we go. Can you hear it? It's a clicking.
It's clicking.
And it's spinny, spinny, spinny.
118.
118
We'll go to the
is
spreadsheet.
Kristen Roscom.
Nice.
Awesome. There are so many ideas for a cup there.
See? Oh, you could do remember that show from when we were kids, The Brave Little Toaster?
I know, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a nice cup.
All right. So Kristen Roscom is gonna get an escape crate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats,
I hope
Kristen.
she's ready.
Oh, it's coming.
There's going to be things in it. Speaking of which, I got some things at Galaxy's Edge, and these are going to go in. This is for us. That's from Olga's Kitchen.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got this cool Baby Yoda Mandalorian trivia quiz game going in there.
I haven't even got to see this shit.
Stickers from Row One Radio. This fucking sweet X-Wing keychain.
Oh, nice.
It's heavy as shit. You could beat a baby with it.
Yeah, I would do some damage on their cranium.
I'm thinking. And this super sweet
Oh yeah, I've seen
pin from Galaxy's Edge.
Hell
It's a stormtrooper. It says pew
Oh,
pew,
yeah.
and I cannot make the lights not fucking blow it up. So you can't see it.
Sure, it looks cool.
And then everything else in this bag is for you.
Oh, I get gifts.
Gifts for Brady.
Yay! Yes. It's just gonna wash it out. I'm gonna show it, but I just can't. It's fucking sweet. It's first order. It's Stormtroopers. It's a pin.
It says Black Spire Outpost.
I have this one, brother.
You do?
Yes.
Can I have it?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I bought myself something.
That's awesome.
See if I can get it close enough to the camera.
Oh, cool.
It's a pin.
It's awesome. It was actually the second pin I put on my bag.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
well, I'm glad that I thought I bought that for you.
Yeah. No, thank you. I like them.
I got you one pin.
I still like it. It's awesome. It's fucking sweet.
I thought that was fucking dope with the
sugar
colors.
skull
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
sweet.
Yep, super cool.
Very cool.
So,
Sweet ass sweet.
you ready to get in the shout outs?
Fuck yes, I'm ready to get in the shout outs. Because first and foremost, always got to give a shout out to the Sidebar Cantina. That is the mothership. That is David Jason. That is the New Jersey Delphians. That is the homies doing their thing. They just did a show about the Beach Boys pet songs or pet sounds or Pet Cemetery. Beach Boys Killers.
Yeah.
I think
It's a great album either way.
Here's my thing. I didn't pay attention to it because I know of the Beach Boys and shit like that, but like the Beach Boys was never a big thing for me.
The difference is Pet Sounds is completely different from your normal surfing in the USA. Like it's completely different from that.
Is it transformative?
From a musical stance, it's composed more than just wrote a song. So
Right. It was never something I got into. So I had stuff to do. So I was like, I'm not going to try to cram. So I was just like, I'll catch up onto it in the audio version when it comes out.
Right.
One day you'll be like,
I don't know that I'll ever listen to a Beach Boys song that I'm going to be like, you know what? This is transformative for me. Like I liked the Beach Boys. I specifically like their greatest hits album that was out in the 80s, the end of the 80s. They had a greatest hits album that had, like you say, Surfing in the USA and 409. 305 by 409.
Yeah.
or is that a cleaner?
No.
Maybe it's both.
Formula 409.
Either way, like that album had a lot of things on it that I liked. But even then I was like, oh, this is a very specific time and place thing that is in the past. And then they made music for quite a long time after those songs. And I don't like it.
Mm.
I'm not a fan.
I would listen to it, but I don't want to.
I don't want to. All right, you want to give this shout out?
Next, we have Used and Abused with Kim and Scott, and I'm horrible this week, dude. I don't know what they've been up to.
Yeah,
because I haven't been in the podcast game lately. Dude.
We both took a break.
Yeah, I can kind of completely unplugged, and like I said, I don't have time to listen at work. I don't have the thought capacity to do it at work. But Used and Abused with Kim and Scott, they always got interesting shit to be talking about. They're always doing their racing Tuesday, 2 for Tuesdays, which I'm gonna make them change their name.
I don't think they did a show this week.
They did not.
They've been off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were off.
Okay.
So I don't think you missed anything.
The next Grand Prix isn't until this Sunday, so there was no real racing to kind of cram in.
See,
Formula One took a week off.
That's why this fucking guy's here.
There's always racing.
You bring fucking value, my friend. I fucking appreciate that.
He appreciates you.
I appreciate
in a naked,
I appreciate
pantsless way.
In a pantsless way, I appreciate you. He looks so warm and bundled up right now, but he's pantsless. Yeah.
Up top, warm as hell. Down below,
he's got the hoodie. No, t-shirt
no pants.
Over the hoodie, pantsless.
I had to give Chantel a panted hug.
Oh, it didn't feel right, did it?
Because they frown on pantsless hugs in Disney.
Society sucks.
Disney.
So she got a panted hug.
Maybe if you guys were drinking buddies, she could have got a pantsless hug.
Maybe.
But that's neither here nor there, and then maybe that's for next time.
Or it's a step too far.
Probably a step too far.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Think about that.
Pretty sure
we're not going to judge anything here, though.
My pants
we're
boss.
Not judging yet.
My pants boss would have a feeling.
Yeah, not really.
Please don't get me banned from Disney.
It was just a hug.
It was just a hug. Why are you guys being dicks?
Luna Girl, I can vouch that DB's pantsless. I love it.
Nice.
He's like, check out my skivvies.
He's like, look at my shirt. That's too much.
Too much. That's all it is.
Why is your shirt furry?
I have an OnlyFans. You pay me to stop showing my stuff.
Truth, for sure. You still got to tell us about Big Swede.
I can talk about Big Swede's Excellent Adventure and Tactical Swede and Swede Reacts on YouTube and something Swede and Swede. Why the fuck have you gotten so sticky?
Oh,
you don't want to go to that one. You go to that website, it's bad news, baby.
He's been getting super sticky in our fantasy league.
Yeah, what's up with that grossness?
I don't know.
Can't have that.
Putting it on him.
Don't like it. Can't have it.
There's
Can't coach it. Don't want to coach it.
There's a substantial Dirty Dancing chat.
Yeah, I see that, but Alan has some feelings about it.
Oh, Chantel putting it on Front Street. Friendship effectively terminated if you get me banned from Disney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oof. Yeah.
No, it seems appropriate.
No, it does seem appropriate, but don't put that shit on us. I don't want to be a part of that.
Patreon shout out Scott and Kim Rasmussen, Big Swede, Jen and Jess Bolt, Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, DJ Red 4, Richie the King Armbruster, our new winner of the Escape Crate, Kristen Roscom, Backyard TARDIS, The Frank, A Mandalorian, Darius Payne, Steve Long, Eric Dub Williams, Philly Dave Martin, and as always, Nostalgia Inc. sponsors the Escape Crate, which you now have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've only seen some of the Escape Crate.
Oh, there are things.
There are things that are going to be concocted, made, potioned.
There's going to be a Funko Pop in there.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It might be buried. You might not find it, though.
Yeah.
It could be with all the things that are in there.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastical.
There's going to be maybe a toaster made by Proctor Silas.
What the fuck, dude? Dragon Buddy might have some of his skivvies in there.
Yeah.
To prove.
You never know.
Just make some toast and send toast. It's lighter.
Fantastic.
You get the box and say, "I smell toast."
I smell toast. Here,
'Cause
beat
there's
Jason
toast.
with this. There was a substantial contingent in the booth in the back tonight of the fuck Jason Roscom.
Yeah, that was a growing faction. They were getting
Yeah.
strong with the hatred.
People were
was.
serious.
Yeah, it was
they
getting
were
real.
letting him have it.
It was
It
getting
was
real.
good.
And it was very nonchalant. Like, "Hey, I'll see you later," and fuck Jason.
Yeah, fuck Jason.
Wow.
Yeah. That shirt looks really nice on you. Fuck Jason.
Yeah. Whoa, where did that come from?
You're like, oh, geez.
Ooh,
That's usually
just
my Aaron
happened.
Rodgers bit. We never even got around to saying fuck Ohio State.
No.
But
Fuck Ohio State.
yeah,
Fuck
fuck
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State. We're going to talk about them here in a little bit too.
You should. You
We
should.
will.
They're-
But first, you should push the button.
I think so.
Push the button.
Push the button.
It's movie time. Movie time. It's movie time. Movie time.
You need to have them do that live on the show one time.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
That would be awesome.
That would be fantastical.
How many takes did that take though?
One.
Really?
Holy
Oh, so
shit!
they
yes,
could do it
have to
live.
Do it live.
We
Yep.
could do it live.
Oh my god! Put to like congos and bongos instead.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Movie time. Movie time.
That went a place.
That sounds fun.
Let's get into the movie news.
Dude, let's talk about how Sony confirms 3 more Marvel-produced Spider-Man movies after No Way Home.
This makes me so
Yeah.
happy.
I'm excited about it.
But what they didn't, well, they did say that they were Spider-Man movies. So I guess they're going to be exclusively Spider-Man movies. Do you think they'll be team-up movies? Because they haven't really gotten into that. The closest thing
It's true.
was Civil War. But notoriously, comic books have team-ups.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe it's time to have
we gotta
a
see
buddy.
what happens with this new movie. Maybe there is going to be a buddy. Maybe there's going to be a couple friends.
I believe.
Sitting and watching the trailer for this on the giant IMAX screen, I was like, I need to see this. I just need to see this.
I need to see it. It's
Right here in this screen, about where I'm sitting in the middle. I need this in my life.
I think that Marvel is going to keep me alive for a long time.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, because I just go from thing to thing where I'm like, no, I have to live until that happens.
It's true.
And by the time the thing happens, there's another thing that I'm like, oh, I have to live until that happens.
Damn, DB and I take care of business when we sing jingles.
Oh,
Get it, buddy.
Yeah.
I probably should not have given her that third beer while you guys were on it. I'm just saying. Or maybe I was good at doing that.
Yeah.
We'll find out later.
Yes. Nah, she's going to be asleep before the
She's
end
gonna
of the show.
gonna keep it live in the chat tonight.
Stay awake.
Stuart.
You can do it.
Hawkeye rumor suggests disappointment in episodes 3 and 4 because they're short.
Oh, they're not longer episodes?
Yeah, episode 1 and 2, between the two of them were about 2 hours. And 3 and 4 together, we're looking at just over an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's about time as a normal show minus the commercials.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's with credit.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I can say that I am disappointed in myself that I sat down to watch this and made it through. Oh, it said Marvel, and I was out. And then Netflix or Disney Plus was like, "You sure you're? Nah, you're probably sleeping. I'll just shut off."
You're probably sleeping.
I have to tell you, you're in for a treat. Like it's
good.
It's good. It's fun. It's good. It's not too belligerently heavy where you're like Falcon and Winter Soldier felt heavy the whole time.
It was.
This is not that.
No, not at all. It's
Nice.
its own genre type thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that genre is right now.
Good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's a good genre. It's good. It's nice. I mean,
I'm
people
good.
enjoy it. We have fun
This is
time.
good. I'll take that genre every day. Every day.
Chantel hasn't watched. Oh, perfect tipsy food. Okay, the chat's talking about what to eat when you're tipsy. Pancakes is wonderful when you're tipsy.
It's true.
I
haven't had pancakes when I'm tipsy, but I'm gonna say it's true.
Alan, we are
Pancakes
not
are
going to
just delicious.
spoil Hawkeye for anyone.
No.
But it's fucking good. Give it your attention.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it. Please don't spoil it.
And before we get too far from that, I also started watching Cowboy Bebop this weekend, and I really am enjoying that. It's just fun.
It's fun.
If you're expecting something serious, you're barking up the wrong tree.
It was the first real anime I think I got into. Like,
yeah,
it established that action anime, and I saw the first episode, and it's cool. It's entertaining, very entertaining.
It's the comic anime.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, this is real people doing this thing.
Cool.
I like it.
Hell yeah!
So I recommend it. It might not be everybody's fucking cup of tea, but I recommend it. Oh, Ghost Pepper joined the chat. What's going on, buddy? Letting his hair grow out.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. Keep slicking it back.
Yeah,
just letting it poof out. It's so lovely.
Chantel wants Denny's now.
Denny's is good. I get the super minus the tomato with a side of ranch dressing, so I can dip my fries and dip my super bird in there. It's so good.
You know how Denny's fucked up?
How?
They used to have a grilled cheese stick sandwich. That was a grilled cheese sandwich with 4 cheese sticks in it.
Yeah.
And then you just dip it in a bucket of ranch. Oh, it was amazing. And then they got rid of it. It used to be on that. Remember that menu that they had that it was like $4, $6, $8?
Yes.
It was like $4 for that sandwich.
Hell yeah.
And it was clearly a $6 sandwich.
Nice. Winning.
We used to go to Denny's in New Mexico all the time when I was in high school, because all you had to do was go there and buy a cup of coffee and you could smoke.
Yes.
You could sit there and smoke, and you sit in the smoking section and just smoke cigarettes and drink coffee.
We do the same thing. And then somewhere around the time we were sitting there long enough, we'd order a sampler. We'd all have like cheese sticks and whatever.
Yeah.
It was all garbage, but you didn't care. You were just eating.
Right.
And then you'd smoke some more.
9 times out of 10, it was just cigarettes and coffee.
Yeah. And then when I was
I used to steal silverware.
Oh,
me and my buddy.
That's the thing.
Oh, I have Denny's ashtrays out in my shed.
Yeah, we used to tie silverware to our shoes. And walk out with it.
Oh, like you just got married?
What?
You know, like
no, like literally
like the cans on the back of it.
Not on the back, you're flopping and flipping and flapping. Jeez.
Flippity floppity.
That's so funny.
Oh, Waffle House. See, Waffle House is a South thing. I know what she's talking about. We used to get sick, do some things.
We drove by Waffle House and IHOP.
I saw a midget in a fedora and Waffle House.
Yeah, of course you did.
It was fantastic.
I'm surprised that all Waffle Houses don't have a midget in a fedora.
It was fantastic.
Or do they?
Nor do they.
They just hide him in the back. Wait, hold on. There's a tall guy here. Let's freak him out.
Yeah,
he's on.
And that's what I did. I was like, holy shit.
Send him out.
We wanted pancakes, and Tisha was like, well, they got an IHOP and they've got a Waffle House. And I'm like, I would love to have Waffle House, but my 42-year-old self could feel the heartburn growing in my socks thinking about going to a Waffle House.
No, that's the worst.
Because I
feel sorry for you.
They put lard on the grill top
Everything.
at Waffle House. And it just fucking tears my guts up. It's so good.
It's so delicious, but man.
And it was the day we went to Hollywood Studios, and I did not want to spend the day going.
I would never do that. I'd just be like,
So we got pancakes at IHOP, which were not great. They weren't even hot. I'm like, how do you fucking serve cold pancakes? It's the International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got pancakes everywhere, Don.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
We do, but we made them 6 hours ago.
We have to get rid of stock.
Anywho, back to movie news.
Nicolas Cage is going to play Dracula in Universal's upcoming monster movie, Renfield.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Am I supposed to know about Renfield 1?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
He is the like assistant. He was the slave of Dracula, Renfield.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Best portrayed in Leslie Nielsen's Dracula, where he had his little buddy with him.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing to the furniture?
So, being that Renfield is the name of the show,
Hmm.
are we going to be experiencing this movie from his point of view? Thereby
would be
making
interesting.
Nick Cage not the main character in the story?
Nick Cage is a national treasure.
No, I
He is in everything. All
I
things.
completely agree. But now that you've said that to me, if he's the assistant, are we watching this from, is it are we watching the story about Frankenstein or about Frankenstein's monster?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so is Nick Cage going to be the vampire, but we're going to spend most
Nick Cage as Dracula and as Renfield and as Frankenstein. Wait, what?
In this one-man show?
She tells that Nick Cage is ridiculous. I'm upset about this.
Really? Oh, Nick Cage is the best kind of ridiculous.
Listen, when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't sleep, and Nick Cage is in like medieval times fighting wizardry and people with swords, you thank him. You say, "Thank you, Mr. Cage. That was awesome. I couldn't sleep. That helped."
If you want to see Nick Caging the fuck out of something, watch the movie Drive Angry. It's somewhere between National Treasure and Ghost Rider. It's so bad shit off the wall. Movie. I think if I remember correctly, he's dead. Comes back from hell.
Yes.
To avenge his daughter's murderer, or she's been kidnapped and he goes after the kidnappers. Whatever the fuck it is, it's batshit redonkulous. And only Nick Cage could have done it.
He pulled it off.
And
Bravo, sir.
He plays it straight the entire fucking time. Like, he is not the thing that's bonkers about that movie.
Yeah.
And it makes it that much fucking better. Like, I'm not saying go out and buy it. Don't spend $19 on this.
No,
but
wait
find
till
it somewhere.
Right.
It's streaming somewhere, I'm sure.
It's got to be for like next to nothing.
Next to nothing.
You already have that streaming service.
Pay you.
It might be on YouTube. If you have YouTube Premium, it might be free.
They may actually give you a voucher for something else if you watch it.
That's fantastic.
But it's so Nick Caged. It's so great. I've seen it like 4 times. I can't resist it when it happens.
It is an utter train wreck, but he is glorious in it. That train wreck.
Oh, he is glorious. Like you say, he's a national treasure.
It's true.
This one I don't know what's going on. Director Calmatic. I don't know who Calmatic is. Just wrapped production on the House Party reboot. Okay. And he is going to helm a remake of White Men Can't Jump.
Neither of these need remakes.
Exactly.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly.
How are you going to make a movie better than a Kid and Play movie?
You can't.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Kid and Play? You can't.
Right?
Who are you replacing Kid and Play with?
Like, right, where they do that thing where they like kick their feet up and they like.
I can do that. I've done the thing. I've shut down a club doing it in the thing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
They give themselves a high five with their ankles.
Oh my god! Yeah. Just stunning.
And he's got the eraser haircut and he's winning.
It's perfect.
There's not a hair out of place on Play's head.
So good, so good.
So why are we remaking these things?
We don't need to. I don't even know why. But this is just upsetting news.
This is
we should have
terrible. Don't feed into it. Let's not talk about it.
This is a call out to 20th Century Fox. Stop.
Stop.
You're not going to make a better movie than Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes and White Men Can't Jump.
Not happening.
It's true.
It's impossible.
Stop what you're doing. Go on outside and play hide and go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Who are you going to put in that movie to replace Wesley Snipes? Who? Chris Rock, maybe.
No, what? I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you.
So you would have to
wish I
go.
had you.
Okay, so in the original White Men Can't Jump, Woody is the comic element, and Wesley is the straight man.
Right.
Okay. So the only way you could do that would be to swap that out and have the white man be like.
No, but then it doesn't work in the basketball sense.
Right, but I mean, you'd have to have like Jamie Kennedy.
What now? You're reaching.
And then put
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba in the.
What the fuck happened? Oh my god!
What are we doing?
Nobody needs to see this movie.
No, I don't want. I'm not even implying that this should happen. I'm just saying the only way you can remake it would have to be to reverse the roles.
Yeah, let's not do that, guys. Just let's fucking pump the brakes here, 20th Century Fox.
The alternative is an all-women cast, and that worked out so well in 2016.
Yeah, but we're not this. What?
Could you imagine White Men Can't Jump with 2 women? And everybody's just in the fucking movie doing the John Travolta?
Then the dunk part doesn't pay off. This just can't work, man. You're not paying faithful to the original, and I don't like it.
There's nothing faithful about any of this.
This is
I'm somewhere where I don't know where I am.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. Oh,
I'm upset.
Can we at least order an appetizer?
Power up.
This is bullshit.
Get over here!
He's so mad.
So mad.
It's stupid.
Oh, Dragon Buddy froze. Oh, he's back. You just had a momentary.
Oh, sorry.
Hit the button.
I already did. You talked through it.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
You were so mad you talked through the intro.
I can't hear it.
Enraged.
Oh, yeah. You don't have your headphones in.
Help me help you.
I have the. Whoop.
Help me help you. Help me help you.
You need both strength and conditioning.
I need shampoo plus conditioner.
It's better.
I need the 3-in-1 with the body wash.
Oh,
so you can just handle it all.
You keep it up, you're gonna get a 3-in-1.
Oh my goodness!
You get a bar of Ivory
crazy.
soap, and that's it. Use it for everything.
Yeah. No, he puts it in he lets the lotion on its skin.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
A cart.
Ocarina
of Time source code has been reverse engineered.
Not a big Zelda fan, are you?
No, I'm not. But what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, you remember a few months back we talked about the Mario 64 source code had people were running that on all kinds of engines on the internet and modding it and doing all kinds of crazy shit. Now this has happened with Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, which is
a great movie. Or great game, sorry.
I remember, what was the other one? Something.
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. I remember Majora's Mask.
You're talking about
Breath of the Wild.
No.
Breath of the Wild. I remember Breath of the Wild. I think that's the one I was thinking of, Dragon Buddy. That's the one I don't remember.
There was a Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember that. But no, the Dragon Buddy said the one I was. Breath of the Wild is what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. No, this is Nintendo 64 era.
64.
Oh, okay.
It was the first full 3D.
Yeah.
I've always been
Zelda.
honest, man. I've been a sports game guy.
Yeah.
I've always been honest about that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest D&D and all these maps, and I really wasn't.
Well, this game is among the games that one could call sacred.
Yeah. So does this piss you off?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that's happening now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see a world where it goes the way of Skyrim and people are playing it on computers and like turning Link into a giant chicken or
Well, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
I just don't want that.
It's too late.
It's
It's already happening right now.
It's probably right now. Somebody probably just heard me say that and is like, I'm gonna turn Link into a chicken.
Fuck down,
So anybody
Where
who
is this
plays
escape
Zelda
pod?
games, you know that if you attack the chickens attack you.
You're done.
Okay, so if you turn Link into a chicken and then Link attacks a chicken,
God mode.
do you have to hurt yourself?
It is the
Does
chicken
Link
paradox.
just start cutting?
Maybe. That's weird.
God mode. Love it.
It's the chicken paradox.
Macaroni of time?
It's the
Nice.
it's the chicken paradox. Oh,
Welcome, Hectolorian. Thank you for joining us.
all the gamers are out there
Hector.
going, fuck, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom Holland will return for more Spider-Man movies after No Way Home. Why is
Why
this in
the
video
fuck
games?
is this in video game news?
I don't know.
Dude,
Watch it
you
shoot,
need to
too.
get your shit together.
Well, I guess that's it, folks. Good night.
Wow.
That's going to take a moment.
All right, let's move past that. Congress is introducing a bill that will curb gaming console bots and scalping.
Love it.
But
Waste of resources, but I love it.
yeah. Welcome to the national average.
Yeah. Waste of resources, but I love it.
Yep. I'm all for it, but I don't think it's going to matter. By the time anything makes its way through this Congress, we'll be on the PlayStation 7.
And still nobody will have it.
And the Xbox Series X will still be on back order.
Yeah. It'll be the Xbox Series P for you're just getting pissed.
Yeah, it's over, guys. Just give it up.
What? Why are you so mad?
Because you.
Just fucking read the next thing.
Listen.
Jeez.
Metroid Dread Studio announces new third-person fantasy action RPG set in a dark fantasy world.
I'll play it.
I'm sure you will.
Nice.
I gotta assume anything from this studio is gonna be exhilarating.
Exhilarating.
I'm all for it.
Nice.
This one might hit you a little close to the wallet, the testicles or something like that.
The watch.
Grand
Right.
Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition. The physical version release has been delayed to December 17th due to problems associated with the digital release.
Yeah, see, I don't have to worry about waiting for a physical release because I have digital, but I have not bought this game specifically because I've heard of all the problems they've been having.
Okay. From what I'm gathering, it's kind of a Cyberpunk 77 kind of thing where shit's just kind of broken.
It's not working.
That's what I heard. That's why I'm not getting it.
And if
Yeah.
you're talking about a game people are familiar with, they're gonna know it's broken.
Yeah, you can't.
They're gonna
have that
know.
shit broken.
They're going to know.
Yep. I think when PlayStation came out with maybe it wasn't a PlayStation, maybe it was across platforms because Mass Effect's across platforms, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When they came out with that definitive collection or whatever,
Mhm.
that thing runs like a top. I'm actually impressed. The original
It's true.
Mass Effect game runs way better from this version than the original Mass Effect game ran.
Yes.
So like the whole thing was an improvement. So I would imagine if you bought this expecting that treatment and it doesn't run good, you're just gonna be fucking pissed.
Yep. And that's why I'm not getting it until it's. And I probably won't get it if it keeps up like this, and then I have to wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend the money, especially on games I've already beat. Because I beat the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
I did see a picture of original gamers or something playing the open beta for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they're all like 70 years old with like these.
Oh,
giant
yeah, I
beards
saw
and
that
shit.
Seen that one.
Fucking
Yeah,
made me
seen
laugh.
Me
that.
and the boys.
Yeah, me and the boys playing the beta or something.
Yeah.
Let's get into the sports talk.
Hey, wait,
'cause this-
one last thing though with gaming. Did you see there was a video I saw this morning? Legacy of Hogwarts. It's an immersive.
That's supposed to be out. What the fuck?
1800s. I just watched it today. Man, does that look wild?
Yeah, that's already. That was supposed to be a near launch title.
Right. I don't know. I
oh.
watched the video today of
Yeah.
the trailer for it, and I'll tell you what, it looks pretty wild.
Say again, because we lost connection to the mics again for no reason.
What kind of style is the game in? Do you think it'd be something that like a 10-year-old girl would be into that's into Harry Potter?
It looks weird, and it has a morality based thing to where you can become a Dark Lord, and go that route through Hogwarts. I think it'd probably be immersive for kids to adults as far as
Okay, cool.
if you like Harry
It's not
Potter.
so much a platformer as it is like an open world kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's more of an RPG feeling to
cool.
where
That might be
you
something
build your
me and her can
character.
play together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
looks
say.
pretty wild.
Sweet.
Oh, the Chantel, this chat is wild. Another thing that still isn't out that was supposed to be out was that Legacy Skywalker Saga.
Yes.
Or Lego Skywalker Saga. And this guy that works for TT Games, on Twitter, was it today? It was either today or yesterday. Was like, hey, I've got life-changing news coming, on Friday or something. And I'm like, oh, do you got the release date? And he's like, no, dude, my life. And I'm like, nobody cares.
Your life to fuck.
I was like, I don't give a fuck. Welcome to Twitter, I guess. I don't care.
Damn you,
I
Twitter.
hope you get everything you want. When's the fucking game coming out? Here we go.
And now it's time for Sports Talk with your hosts, Dangerous Don Juan Dellasnooches, beautiful Brady Lovin, here on the Escape Pod.
And Dragon Buddy.
He's here too.
Hey, come over here.
I heard Steve said he's playing the Guardians of the Galaxy. I heard that's a good game.
Yeah, I've been
I heard that too.
wanting to play that, but I'm so balls deep in Metroid that I'm just playing Metroid a lot.
There you go.
But I was thinking when I go off for Christmas vacation,
I've been thinking the same thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It might happen.
Nice.
It might happen.
Because I don't think we're going to be working a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to play video games. And the kids are gone.
Play video games, dude.
Pantsless video games.
The best.
Whoa.
Yep. And my mom and dad are finally moved into the addition, so they won't be on my TV.
Nice.
So
hell yeah.
Wow. That's a game sesh.
Massive game sesh for like 11 days.
It's gonna get sticky.
Ooh.
And Tisha's going to work most of it.
Oh, it's gonna be so gross and fun.
Like we're not doing Christmas. We're just not doing it. Like we'll watch Christmas movies or whatever, but we're not like the kids are gone. We spent Thanksgiving, Christmas with TJ and Skylar. Mikey is away at not boot camp, but A school. Like it's just gonna be me and Tisha will be at work most of the time.
Yeah.
So, why do it? Like, we're not going to buy each other stuff. We got everything we fucking want anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm going to play games a lot. Nobody will be here to bother me. It's happening.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So sports talk.
Let's get into it.
What happened last week?
Michigan beat the fuck out of Ohio State.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Fuck right out of them.
To 27.
Fuck Ohio State.
Fuck Ohio State.
Fuck Ohio State.
Now, here's the unfortunate news. MSU beat Penn State 30-27.
That's terrible.
Now, I didn't get to watch this game, and I know that you did. How much assistance did our friends in the green receive from the zebra fellas?
There was no resistance there. Honestly, I think the quarterback Clifford, he's been hurt. He probably came back too soon. He's hurt again.
Oh, I was saying that terrible. Earlier in the season when they played him against us. Yeah. I was like, Penn State's going to lose this game, and they're going to bring Clifford out, and Aiden Hutchinson is going to fucking smoke him. And if it's not Hutch, it's going to be a Jabbo, and not going to be good. So, that was a bummer. They brought him back to save a season that they'd already lost.
And he was sick on top of whatever injury he's still probably plaguing from. I think he had like the flu or something. And they're out there. Like, here, I know you're probably super dehydrated and stuff, but here's a football. And don't fuck up.
I don't understand that. Brady Hoke did that shit years ago in a Michigan game where the starting quarterback was out. the backup quarterback came in. He was garbage. They brought back the starting quarterback who was both hurt and I still believe suffering from a concussion. And then he gets smoked in the game to the point where he takes about 4 steps and does one of these numbers.
Oof.
And then he gets back up and he starts like walking off to the sideline, and Brady Hoke's like, go back out there, fucking play football.
Wow.
Put some dirt on it.
And legitimately Brady Hoke was essentially fired after that game.
Yeah.
He coached the rest of the season, but everyone knew that he'd already been fired.
It happens.
It was just one of those things where you just can't make that mistake.
No.
And I feel the same way. Like, I don't understand why what's his face, the coach for Penn State, Jefferson
Franklin. You were close.
I knew I was a president. Yeah. He should know better. And the season is long been lost.
Yeah,
what are
it
you
has.
trying to save? Send this kid home. Let him get healthy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. And Michigan State is decent this year, but they're not that good.
They're not bad, but they're not that good.
They're not that good. Like seriously, Michigan beating the shit out of Ohio State was the big brother beating up on the team that beat them up.
Right. But if you look at the way we played Ohio State, and then you look at the way Ohio State played MSU, and then you want to tell me that MSU a couple weeks earlier beat Michigan, and it had nothing to do with the reffing.
No.
I'm not gonna go there, bro.
Yeah, that's
I gotta pull out his earbud. He can't hear this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. You can't fucking give it.
I just can't do it.
You can't be that fucking fan, dude.
I am that fan.
You can't be that fan.
I'm still that fucking mad about that shit.
Oh my god! But that's not the reason you lost the game.
But I'll be mad about that shit next year.
It's weak as fuck, is what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
It sucks when your team is hurting and doing stupid shit, and then you got a ref that's like, and you're like, bullshit.
Yeah.
We suck, but that's bullshit.
Right. Yes, absolutely. All right, next week, Michigan will play Iowa for the Big Ten championship in Indianapolis.
Nice.
And I'm going to go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Ohio State and MSU will watch because their season is over.
And
fuck Ohio State.
Ohio State.
I have to say, you think I'm shitty about the Michigan State game? You should read some of the Ohio State boards.
Oh man,
they went from
as hell.
Yeah, they went from we're gonna win the national fucking championship a week ago to, well, we need to fire the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator and Santa Claus and the guy that does the towels.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah. Like they're like, Coach Day can, like start washing shorts. It's like, what the fuck, you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, the Michigan fan base is relatively toxic. Like when things go bad for us, we get real shitty.
Yeah.
But the level of shittiness that the Buckeyes have just slid down is gross.
Yeah.
They're ready to just cannibalize the entire program. Just
Ron told me that they thought so much that they were going to beat Michigan that they booked their hotels and shit for the Big Ten championship.
For the Big Ten championship.
And then didn't cancel them. So they're just going to eat the bill.
Yeah.
So Michigan people can't go stay down there.
A lot of the hotel rooms in Indianapolis are booked up by people that aren't going to come.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. They'll probably cancel on like Friday afternoon because they have that 24-hour window.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be too late for people to.
Well, hopefully some guy that's like some family or something last minute sees on Expedia that there's a super deal on a thing you have to jump on right now
for $46.
Fucking A, follow that gnome, bitch.
That would be fucking dope. All right.
Jim Harbaugh to redirect bonus money to Michigan athletic workers who took pay cut during the COVID cutbacks.
I gotta say that's classy.
Oh, I think
That's
that's
cool.
a great move.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
definitely
I mean,
cool.
More of this should happen with rich fuckers that don't need the money anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times I'm surprised that it doesn't happen more often. But classy on Jim. Like, I get shit at work from people who are like, oh, he's a Harbaugh's nuts and blah, 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 blah. I don't particularly like Jim Harbaugh all that much. He's
Right.
fine. He's
Right.
he's a coach or whatever. But that's classy.
It's a good move.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a solid move.
That's a good pat
is.
on the back.
Yeah, and the money he's made and is making and is gonna make,
Uh-huh.
that's probably nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in the grand
In the
scheme
big
of
scheme,
things,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
probably nothing.
Now this next thing is gonna sound like I'm being a salty prick because it's about Michigan State, but I think that's a matter of track record. But what I had to say, I think is very solvent. You ready?
Oh my God, dude, just let people have their shit, bro.
Coach Mel Tucker named Big Ten Coach of the Year, and I'm gonna taper this into another thing about Mel Tucker. Like, he's fine. Like, I got nothing against the guy. Michigan State's been relatively successful since he started, so good on him or whatever. He snagged a team out of the transfer portal essentially this last go round. 27 players he pulled out of the transfer portal.
Oof.
And fielded a team.
It's true.
And they had a relatively successful run of things, right? That's fine. Does that make him the best coach in the Big Ten? No.
Here's the thing I don't get. How many games did he lose?
2.
And you have teams that went undefeated or lost 1
Mhm.
in a 2-team. Like, I just don't understand how you're like, oh, he just did much better. I mean, you couldn't get two extra wins out of him,
Right.
but I just don't get that.
Right.
Let's be honest. The record says he did really well for what he had, but
Absolutely.
there
I'm
were
not
those
saying
that did better.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm with
Right.
you on that, buddy.
That's how I feel about it. So that being said, like, whatever, I really feel like the Big Ten wants to like Mel Tucker. Fine. I care not. What the other thing that bothers me about this is, in the same breath, MSU has offered him a $95 million 10-year contract.
Wow.
Mel Tucker has been at MSU for 2 years. So that means that anybody Mel Tucker has recruited is not playing yet.
It's true.
And if they are, they're taking limited snaps.
It's true.
At his previous job, he worked there 2 years. We didn't know if he could recruit there. At his previous job, he was somebody's assistant.
Wow.
So we
he
don't
has
know.
nothing to prove. Like, there's
Right.
nothing to prove what he is doing.
They offered this man $9.5 million a year,
For 10 years.
and they don't know if he can fucking recruit yet. They have no idea. He's got no track record of
Wow.
being able to build and sustain a quality team. You give him a decade-long contract.
Yeah, that's a little
It's
absurd.
pretty crazy.
If you think he's all that in a bag of chips, give him $9.5 million for 2 years and see
Yeah,
if he deserves
see
a
where it
4-year
goes.
contract.
Right.
But if this goes bad and we find out Mel Tucker can't recruit,
Oof.
now that he showed everybody you can field a team out of the transfer portal, I guarantee you next year the transfer portal is going to look like a totally different landscape.
Oh, yeah.
And then now you're paying this guy damn near $10 million to coach your team. Let's say 3 years down the road, we find out Mel Tucker can't recruit for shit.
He is terrible at it.
You're on the fucking hook for probably a $30 million buyout clause.
At least
And
a
here's
$30 million.
the flip side to that. if he does really good, and then somebody,
then they win.
Some other
True.
college is like, we'll give you X amount of dollars. He can just fucking up and split. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
it just, could you imagine, if Mel Tucker turns into, let's say, Rich Rodriguez? I mean, granted, he runs a little bit more Big Ten style, whatever. But, you know, as far as Rich Rodriguez was a shit recruiter, and then he took the team in a direction that was ineffective in the Big Ten.
Right.
Which drove Michigan into its darkest period in reasonable recorded history.
Absolutely.
So if you look at it like that, could you imagine being on the, like, we had Rich Rodriguez for 2 years.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being on the hook for this guy for 8 more fucking years? Who's going to buy out his contract if you find out he can't recruit?
Nobody.
Yeah, it sucks.
I hope this works out for MSU, because I honestly, I like the rivalry, and I don't want to see them turn into
A decade
know,
long of bullshit
Rutgers.
where there's no, yeah.
you know what I mean? You know, let's say they end up middle of the road, like Maryland or something.
Yeah.
That's not
Maryland middle of the road. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like lower middle.
Yeah. Even like, let's say a best case scenario, they end up being Wisconsin.
Right.
Okay. So then you're serviceable, but you're not going to get there.
Yeah.
But maybe 1 year out of the decade.
You'll do well, and if other teams don't, you'll get a shot.
Right. But in order for him to be good enough, OSU has to not be good, Michigan has to not be good, and Penn State has to not be good.
Yeah.
So you give this guy $10 million and then say you have to be better than 3 of the top 10 schools in the country.
The biggest of the Big Ten.
Right. Get the fuck out of here. I thought this was a good idea.
I wasn't there.
All right, moving on. We can't talk about this all day.
But let's talk about how Michigan's Aiden Hutchinson named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
Good on Hutch.
Fantastic. And from what he's projected to be number 1 draft pick.
Number 1 draft pick.
He is a force.
Nobody, I don't think any
Man-child.
I don't think any defensive end in college football works harder than this dude.
I think you're right.
I don't know.
Plus, he's got that natural talent he inherited from dad.
It's true.
Michigan takes the number 2 spot behind Georgia and in front of Alabama, while Cincinnati holds on at 4 in the top 25.
Love it.
Nice.
I can't believe Cincinnati is in
Right?
4th spot.
They're hanging in, man.
Mind blowing, dude. Mind blowing.
There's no way, I can't remember the guy's name. There's no way he doesn't get a big contract somewhere after this year.
Right.
He's leaving Cincinnati. I fucking guarantee it. And it'd be a real solid shift for him to slide over to Notre Dame, who just finally has a vacancy.
Yeah, there's a spot.
Because that's the other thing I didn't put in the notes. Brian Kelly. Oh, I did. Brian Kelly is bailing on Notre Dame to go coach at LSU. Notre Dame is number 6 in the country and vaguely has a shot at getting into the playoffs, but they've got no coach.
He's gone.
What a jackass.
Could you imagine the mind fuck of being in the playoff hunt and your coach is like, gotta go, more money over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Even
man.
LSU is like, did he really just say yes?
Yeah. He doesn't even want to finish the season.
Really?
LSU hasn't even got a shot.
Fuck no.
It's the weirdest thing I think I've seen in college football in a long time. It's like giving Mel Tucker. I just kidding.
You're just the worst.
Yeah, there's so many weird things happening. I mean, that wraps up sports. There's a lot of people that are talking about sports again. But like, there's weird shit happening this week in college football,
goofy.
kids.
It is pretty goofy.
It is goofy.
It's
and
like
the Lions
the
still suck.
WWE stuff behind the scenes of college football.
Oh yeah, well if you're gonna bring up the Lions sucking, Thanksgiving was a great day for me.
Yeah.
The
It was
Raiders
a
won,
great day.
but more importantly, the Cowboys lost.
Yes.
The
So I think
Raiders
that should
kept
be said.
true to Turkey Day tradition and making sure the Cowboys look like jackasses.
I love it.
Love
the
it.
Lions lost to a not good Bears team.
That was bad.
The Lions
It was-
kept up the tradition of losing a football game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was gross. It was gross.
It was rough.
Let's pack that up and put that to bed.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigator reporting on the planet.
Yes. This is Brady's favorite part of the show.
I do love this. Well, you say, here you go.
I got a little dry spot there.
Batgirl movie first official set photo confirms Barbara Gordon's a GCPD cop.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like either A, that's a purposeful misdirect.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like they're just kind of baiting us into going down a path that's just not whatever. Because Warner Brothers does do that sometimes.
They are known for fucking with you.
Or she's actually a member of GCPD, and I'm cool with that. Either way, ultimately she probably ends up becoming Oracle.
Right. My question to you is, because I know you're a bigger follower of Batman,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm assuming here. How about in the comics and shit like that, and animated series and whatnot? Was she ever Did she ever work as a GCPD cop before?
Well, I don't know. I don't recall that, but Commissioner Gordon, of course, is with the GCPD,
Right.
and Barbara Gordon, of course, is Commissioner Gordon's daughter, and she does in the Batman comics, in one way or another, usually find herself to being the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
And she, taps into what's going on in the ranks of the police department by way of her dad. I don't remember if there's ever been a story where she is a member of the GCPD herself, but I don't see any reason why that causes a complication.
No, I was just curious
No.
how faithful they might be being or not being. That's all my
Sure.
real question was.
It really seems like just another way to get to the same story.
Yeah.
They're not going to do the Killing Joke, which we did a show on. If you're not familiar with the Killing Joke, it involves Barbara Gordon getting shot in the spine and becoming wheelchair bound, and then becoming Oracle. So I guess there's any number of ways. Like she could just be out on the beat in this and get shot in the spine and become a paraplegic and become Oracle.
It's true. It's true.
Or they could go completely different with it, and maybe she's the connection and Jim Gordon's not in it, or who fucking knows. But I don't have a problem with it.
No, I don't either.
BioShock Isolation potentially leaked ahead of its reveal. If you're a BioShock fan, this is super awesome news.
Yep.
Oh,
Big news.
it's a PlayStation exclusive, I think.
Is it a PlayStation exclusive?
Maybe not.
No,
I can't remember. Help us out in the chat. Is BioShock a PlayStation?
No, because
exclusive?
I've played it on the Xbox.
Okay, so it's not.
No.
BioShock is a first-person shooter, more or less, but it's a dungeon crawly,
Puzzle driven.
horror escapey kind of thing. Super spooky jump scares, that kind of thing.
Steampunk.
Yeah. Yep. Steampunk.
Yeah.
Awesome fucking games, really. So the idea that we're going to get another one makes a lot of people
Cool.
uber excited.
Nice. Hell yeah. Danny DeVito teases twin sequel with Schwarzenegger and Tracy Morgan.
So in this, Tracy Morgan, of course, plays Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just kidding.
What the fuck?
Callback jokes are fun.
No.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't want it. And you can't make me go. Oh, fuck you. Take my money.
Fuck it.
You
I'll watch
ready
it,
to
but
get
I'm not
into
gonna like
this?
it.
I'm not
I
going to
think
like it.
Certain people in the chat are waiting for a pee break.
Oh, it is time. Let's do it. Yeah.
Hello, this is George Decay, reminding you, Don and Brady, for your mid-show pee break. Oh my, may I watch? Wang.
But I know Luna Girl said something about a pee break earlier. She thought it was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have to go either, but I do need a couple of seconds so that I can find this in the edit so that I can. What are we talking about next week before we get into that?
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie.
And we're gonna
I'm
talk
with
about
you.
it.
Yep, we're going to do it.
Nice.
So give me a few seconds so there's a nice pause in the waves.
Are you into that?
That was not a few
I'm
seconds.
into that.
Sorry.
Well, it was roughly 3, and 3 is a fuse.
No, I mean, is that something you want to be a part of?
Sure. I love Iron Man.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, now
Now
give me
I'll give you a few seconds.
a few seconds.
Nostalgia Inc. in downtown Jackson is your one-stop shop for comic books, graphic novels, tabletop games, supplies, and tons of other super nerdy stuff.
They have everything from your favorite superhero comics to all the latest manga and horror graphic novels.
Superman, Spider-Man, The Avengers, My Little Pony, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Hero Academia, Star Wars, and Batman are just a few of the familiar titles you will see while browsing through the store.
And don't forget to check out their back catalog.
And for all your tabletop needs, Nostalgia has the largest in-stock selection in the area of Dungeons & Dragons books, miniatures, and more. As well, they have the latest Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card game releases.
Store hours are currently 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So come to downtown Jackson and get nostalgic at Nostalgia Inc. What's up, everybody? This is Big Lovin and Don DellaSnooch.
We wanted to take a minute to tell you how to get more from the Escape Pod experience.
Become a Patreon supporter and you will get lots of bonus content, including movie reviews, videos from Comic-Con, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
But even better, Patreon supporters get extra entries into the quarterly drawing for the Escape Crate.
The Escape Crate is full of great stuff like t-shirts, Funko Pops, stickers, mugs, and other random goodies.
The higher the membership level, the more entries per month you'll earn. You also can receive one entry per episode you share on social media.
So if you have a couple extra bucks, toss us some. We will use it for covering the cost of hosting the show, paying for booths at cons, and equipment upgrades.
Thanks for all the support, and now back to the show. Ah.
A beer.
What is that? Yoda has garbage in his mouth. Oh, fuck, dude. This dickhead.
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
For those out there listening, this dickhole starts shoving garbage in my Yoda mouth. Oh my goodness.
Whoops.
That was a thing.
Oh my God, that gave me a headache laughing.
You know what? You deserve that headache.
Oh, that was good stuff.
What a dickhole.
No, Zori, don't love the Yoda mask.
Everyone loves the Yoda mask.
No.
Yes, it's been all well documented on the internet.
No,
Everyone in
Zori
the chat
does.
isn't right
Zori
next
is
to it to see how creepy it is.
No.
It makes me wonder, like, how many people listen to this shit on audio podcast and then look it up on YouTube to just be like, now what the fuck is happening with this mask? Oh,
Oh, that's the thing.
these guys are ugly. I wish I could unsee that.
But you
Look at
can't,
this
so
giant
keep
bucket of
listening
yuck.
and hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button and try not to puke. We're happy you're here, and you're glad you don't got to touch us. Oh, Mandalorian's in the chat.
What's up, Manda?
No worries about being late. We're just getting ready to get started. Oh my goodness. It's been an hour and 40 minutes.
Hey,
This
we're,
might be end
we
up being
got
our
there.
longest episode, and it was completely by accident.
Well, we had to hear you preach about Galaxy's Edge. I mean,
Oh
come on.
yeah, that was quite amazing.
That's true.
That's a
I-
big thing in the escape pod. I mean, we're
I
all
hope
Star
I
Wars
didn't
fans.
bore
in here.
anybody, but man, was that fucking
I'm jelly.
it was
I'm
like
jelly,
going
too.
to nerd mecca.
It is. And for us, it's like a friend going to Nerd Mecca. Like, tell us.
See?
You got to go.
The only
Tell
thing
us.
I can think of that would be that as intense is if I were to be able to go to San Diego Comic-Con and like get into the Hall H and all that shit, which
Oh,
I'm never going to
yes.
do.
No.
I tried once with our friend that passed away, and then shortly after that I started to hear horror stories about people like pissing themselves to try and make it to stay in Hall H all day, and I don't need that in my life. It's just
Yeah.
not that important to me.
Yeah.
I was always like, I want to go see Kevin Smith do Hall H, and then we saw Kevin Smith
Yeah.
at the Fillmore in Detroit, and I was like, I've seen him.
Seen Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Yep, I would
Oh,
see him
good.
again if he came to Detroit, but I don't need to travel to California to see him.
No.
True.
No.
It's true.
So anyway, let's get into Ghostbusters Aftermath.
Ghostbusters.
Afterlife.
Aftermath. The next movie is going to be called Aftermath because I said so.
Oh, make it happen, buddy.
So essentially, we start off with the original Ghostbusters are all but broke up. Egon has taken all of the cool goodies that the Ghostbusters used, and he fucked off to Somerville, Oklahoma, of all places.
Yes.
And the other guys are just like, dude, fuck him. And they kind of went back to doing shit that they, other shit they do.
It's true.
Rightly so.
But you don't really learn all this off Jump Street.
No.
It just takes
No.
a while to unfold.
Yeah. But we are also an hour and 40 minutes into this show.
That's true. We've had a good
So,
show.
so basically, they build up to the fact that there is no sightings and no ghosts,
Yep.
and Egon is all about something's coming, something
Yeah.
big is going to happen, and we need to prepare for it. And the rest of the guys are like, meh. And
Yeah,
he was like,
right.
well, then fuck you. I got Ecto 1 and a bunch of shit, and peace out. See ya.
Peace out to you. And then we meet his grandchildren and his daughter. But at this time, we don't know that that's their relationship to.
The granddaughter
Amiga.
kind of gives it away.
Yeah, the granddaughter is a 12-year-old girl version of Egon,
It's true.
Yes.
and she is fucking adorable.
Yeah.
She is a
But
great,
not annoying.
I
No,
would say, lead in this movie. Like, it
yeah,
was
I would say that she's the central focus.
the awkward, geeky girl that's all about, her studies and learning and science and history and in tune with being intelligent. That
Yeah.
she's moving. She is the granddaughter of Egon.
Well, it starts out by kind of letting you know she's going to summer school because she wants to go.
Right.
Not because she has to go. She
Right.
wants to go to summer school
Right.
to learn.
Right.
Another thing that I thought was an interesting dynamic shift. In the original movies, the movie kind of works around Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Egon is the odd man out. He's the weird scientist guy.
He's the dry science humor.
Yeah, he's almost an ancillary character.
True.
Whereas
Yeah.
Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd kind of carry the weight of the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
In this movie, much like times have changed quite a bit, the nerdy, awkward young girl is the central focus of the story.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she's, in a weird way, she's our way into the story.
Yeah.
More like I say, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were our way into the other Ghostbuster movie.
I think this movie really was like a 2-part movie. We spent the first half of this movie learning about her as a character or brother, but learning about this new generation
Mhm.
of the new generation, our kids,
Yeah.
kind of sitting there. And the second half of the movie was integrating them with her grandparents and or her grandfather and the older generation and bringing them in the two together.
Right. Right. And you spent a lot of time with these kids,
Right.
and it never felt childish.
No, it really didn't.
There was you were like, is this a kids movie? Like it just, that's not the way it was.
They didn't portray him to have those kid fuck ups
like
kids happen to have in these movies. You're like, oh, you fuck you.
Yep.
Oh!
The kids in a weird way, the kids were the adults.
True.
And the parents were the ones that were kind of fucking up and kind of goofy. Like even Paul Rudd's character, the seismologist, like a professional scientist, kind of fucking up.
He's at the summer school just so those kids can pass through summer school, and he's going to do his thing and they can do their thing. And
yeah,
we're all good. Like, I'm really intelligent and I know a lot of things, but nobody cares.
Right.
Until she comes along.
Now, did you have any kind of affinity to the character podcast? Like,
I enjoyed that character.
Yeah, like as
awesome.
a podcaster.
As a podcaster, I was like, yes, dude, there's a podcaster named Podcast.
Yes. Paul Rudd wasn't in it a ton. You're right, Chantel.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
I enjoy Paul Rudd.
Yeah, but
he's a lot of fun.
He was color. He was not the central
but
focus.
He didn't need to be either, though.
No,
he was Rick Moranis. Like, he was the Rick Moranis of
exactly.
the new film.
Exactly. And I imagine that's how they set out. They were like, you know what, you're gonna be Rick Moranis. And he was like, I want to be Rick Moranis.
I'm Mike from Friends. It's okay.
Yeah. So we find out that later in the movie a little bit, Ivo Shandor had a mining operation that where he made all the steel girders that the giant fucking condo in New York was made out of.
Right.
That was to channel Gozer.
Yes.
While Somerville apparently is where he stripped all of that from the mines to make those. I can't remember what the fuck those girders were made out of.
Selenium.
Yep. Yeah. And they're like, why would you make girders out of selenium? Apparently it's got a weird psychic charge. So, all that aside, like we see Egon like stealing one of the, or was it the gatekeeper or the keymaster at the beginning? He traps one of them and he's like running out of the mines in his truck. And
I'm not positive, man.
It was one of them.
Yeah.
And Gozer
is the god.
The woman, yeah.
Yeah.
She comes out of the corn to try and get it, and like things go bad and fucking we lose Egon.
Yep.
This whole initial setup, I wasn't expecting Egon to be
in the beginning.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting to see him in the beginning.
Right. I kind of expected maybe some, oh yeah, remember when Egon died?
Yeah, that's how I kind of expected it to happen.
And honestly, when I saw him and he's having the heart attack and he's dying in the chair, and I was like, that's Egon. And where are they going to take this? Because this could go really corny with, an ode to Harold Ramis and Like you want that, but this could go south. Like how far are
Yeah.
they going to take this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was worried. I'm glad you said that. I was worried that we were gonna have like Egon became a ghost and he's
And
Right.
he became Slimer.
Right.
like he's helping
Right.
people, but he's a ghost like for the whole movie and
Mhm.
silly stuff is gonna happen. I was like, please don't do that. And
Yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have made him like one of the characters from Casper the Friendly Ghost, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's been awful.
We didn't
It's been
get that at
fucking
all.
Awful.
No.
So,
Complete
like you say, he dies in the chair. What did you guys think of like the little puzzle in the floor thing?
Oh, when she finds the trap.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the coolest little
Yeah.
things. The
was
idea
neat.
that you make one of them slide puzzles in the floor.
Well, skipping over, you're talking about the chair part. I thought that it was cool how the chair part was reminiscent to the first movie. How the hands come out of the chair. And
I
hold
don't
them
remember
down.
that.
When
Yeah.
the hands
That's
come
happened
out of
to
the
Dana
chair.
Barrett
Yeah.
when she gets sucked into the fridge by Zool.
Oh,
The hands
the
come out and grab a
fridge.
hold of her. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the arms come out of the sofa and they grab hold of her. And
Yeah.
that kind of reminded me of that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really dug the fucking floor puzzle thing. And then on the second viewing, I caught the fact that after he died and the little spectrometer thing that they use to see where ghosts are, like as he transitioned from the living world to the spirit world, it kind of went off for a minute.
Yeah.
And then it just like
And then
it dropped
closed
it
back
there
up.
and then you left it. First time I watched it, didn't even fucking occur to me.
I noticed that.
All right.
That.
Yeah, it was. I picked that up too, where he passed away, and then his ghost meter goes off, and then it goes off. Like it was his
Yep.
whole. I kind of picked up on that right away. It was I thought it was kind of neat.
Yep.
I thought it was really cool.
Tisha leaned over and she says, "What's that?" And I says, "That means he just became a spirit." And she's like, "Oh." Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where we're at in the movie. So then, like, once again, you're introduced to the kids, Trevor and Phoebe, where they're in the city, and apparently mom can't handle fucking money.
Right.
At all.
And then,
Handle her life, it seems like.
yeah, they're getting evicted. Phoebe's got half the wall tore out so she can bypass the fact that the neighbor's apartment's not in phase.
Right.
And she's like, I don't fucking science. Fuck you. I don't know.
I need more power.
So then they're getting kicked out and so they moved to Somerville, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, at first they're only supposed to go to the new house for a little while, but then the kids find out like they're staying.
We're here. This is where mom's made moves. This shit's free.
This shit's free. We already own this one.
Hell yeah.
And we go to the school essentially on their first day of summer school. Well, Phoebe's first day of summer school, and we meet our buddy Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, Mr. Gary Gruberson.
I personally found his character in this movie. I mean, it's a little Paul Rudd just because it's Paul Rudd. Because I mean, Paul Rudd is kind of Will Shatner. You know, he's always a little bit Will Shatner,
over the
no matter
top.
what he's doing.
Little over the top.
And Paul Rudd I don't know if Paul Rudd is over the top as much as it doesn't matter what he does. That Paul Rudd flavor is all over it.
It is.
I just don't think they utilized him in this movie.
No, I don't think they
could have done. Yeah, I think he was supposed to be in the background. And you only got a little seasoning of Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
it left you wanting more. Like we wanted to see him again. Like please
but the
bring him
movie,
back.
like the trailers and stuff, never claimed that Paul Rudd was the star of this film.
No, that's
no.
Well,
he
showed him a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
they showed him and the kids.
Yeah, he'd be in the commercials for like 4 or 5 seconds.
Hey, that was a long 4 or 5 seconds.
But
man.
Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, and then you're like, oh, it's Paul Rudd.
Right.
But the you go back and watch the trailers, that the trailers never were like, yeah, this is a Paul Rudd movie.
Right.
So we find out that there's fucking earthquakes going on.
But there's no tectonic plates and shit around it at all.
No reason they're not fracking.
Nothing.
They're weird. They're
They're just
anomaly.
weird.
Straight weird.
And he even goes, out of his way to make sure to show you the way the waves of the quakes are wrong.
Yep.
And of course, us being on the inside, we know that there's ghosts involved.
There's ghosts in.
We know why.
There's ghosts in the floors.
Yep.
Ghosts in the floors.
And there's obviously something brewing between the kid's mom and Gary Gruberson.
Old Gary.
I mean, and I've gone on record as saying that I'm not into the fellas, but fucking Paul Rudd, no.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
It'd be hard not to fall in love with some Paul Rudd.
little Ruddy.
The Ruddy, the Dutch Ruddy.
What'd you think of the new Ghost Muncher?
I liked the ghost. I knew that was a allegory for Slimer.
Yeah. I still thought I was glad they made him similar, but not too similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like the color was off a little bit. It was just a little bit different. The face definitely was different. The teeth and whatnot were all.
But if they would have brought back Slimer, I would have been like, that's a little on the nose.
Right. Yeah. Fuck you.
Listening to Rogue One Radio, they brought it up. Is why would Slimer be in Oklahoma? If he was released, then he's going to New York because that's where he's from.
Hotel.
So,
right.
Exactly.
So leaving him out is actually a better thing to where it's not.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It would be too over the top with everything. Like, here's all the stuff from your childhood.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And I like the fact that this movie had some of that, but did not beat you over the head with, this is what you came for. They bothered to tell a story.
There were nice little nods to the original, but staying original themselves at the same time.
Like stuff like when the kid goes out to the barn and he's putzing around and he just peels back the tarp on the Ecto-1 enough for you to see the Ghostbusters logo. Yep. And then his phone dies.
Yeah.
He's like, well, fuck.
And,
you're like, oh, that was such good fucking, you give good Ecto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was just enough. Just the tip.
Just a tip. Just a tip. Give me a reason to go on a second date here.
Right.
And I love them bringing Ecto-1 back in.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that car. I'm a fanboy for movie cars and stuff like that. So seeing Ecto-1 and then it having a pretty predominant role in this movie, I was like, hell yes.
It's one of those iconic cars through your life that stick out. It really is. There's really a good handful size of cars that you can say left a mark going through. The General Lee, you had the A-Team van,
Back to the Future car.
Back to the Future DeLorean, Kit
from
Ecto-1 is right in with all of them.
Yep. I'm not sure that that's probably the big five.
Yeah.
From when we were kids. I mean, you might be able to say Airwolf, but at the end, that was just a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah, it was, which is cool in itself,
it's black. Yeah. So
we can go to the next slide.
Yeah. We established the earthquakes, and the kids have their first run-in with Muncher, and Phoebe has fixed the proton pack with the help of a suggestive light. Yeah, remember the office light was pointing.
That light was pointing.
It was, which was Egon.
Right over there. I've never seen a light say, "No, pick that up." And
yeah.
And she was like, "Oh,
very
shit,
suggestive." Okay. No, I don't want to take my top off. Fuck off.
God, it's a whole different movie now.
This is weird.
Somebody's getting arrested.
So what they start to figure out between the existence of the ghosts in town and the fact that the Kid Trevor goes to the mountain with his buddies.
With the people he met from his new job.
And there's a bit of an eruption while he's up there, and they look down in the pit, and fucking Gozer comes like kind of into the out of the fire, and he's like, Gozer. This all kind of ties together what's causing the earthquakes.
Right.
The first date that the what's the mom's name? Callie? She has with Gary Gooberson.
Gary
Gooberson
ends an absolute fucking disaster when they're in the middle of their date and the kids tear through town fucking chasing after Muncher
and get arrested.
Yeah, they get arrested. They fucking get Ecto-1 and pounded. We see the fucking coolest addition, and I mean this was in the trailers, but the fucking gunner seat.
Oh, that was
and
so
Ecto
cool.
1 is so badass.
It's straight off the toys.
Yeah.
Straight off the toys, man.
Yep. She fucking whips out of that thing and fucking starts shooting. It's amazing.
That was a good scene.
And that's the big tie-in between this and the cartoon.
Yeah.
Because your toy line's based on the cartoon.
Yep.
So they catch Muncher.
Yes.
And then everything gets impounded.
Right.
So the kids are relatively fucked. They're in trouble. Gruberson's like, hey, you want to go on a date tomorrow? And Kelly's like, I'm a mess. And he's like, I like messes.
I like messes.
And you're like, yeah, you tell him, Paul Rudd.
Gary Gruberson.
I fucking love that. That whole interaction. She's like, I'm a dumpster fire. And he's like, I kind of like dumpster fire.
I like dumpster fires. You should see that. And she's like, you know what? All right.
All right.
My daughter, I wish she would open up and do something. She never does anything.
Get in some trouble.
Fuck, she's arrested.
Yeah, just before that, he's like, well, maybe she'll take up pole dancing. And old girl's not like, hey, what the fuck? She's just like, yeah, maybe. She's not very coordinated.
You know what I was bummed out at the fact that when Phoebe calls Ray Stantz' number, when they're in jail, that they gave that away in the commercials.
Yes,
like they gave who she was calling away, because from the commercial you knew right away. You're like, oh, it's fucking Dan Aykroyd.
But I there was a certain contingent of people, and okay, so this is what I think happened. When the first trailer came out, there was a rumbling of people who were like, I don't know if I'm gonna go see this because it doesn't feel like my Ghostbusters.
Right.
And so I think when trailer 2 was getting formulated, they were like, you know what? We got to throw a little something out to fish those fucking 80s folks. And then Dan Aykroyd, and he was like, and everybody's like, I'm going. And but yeah, the thing that I didn't expect was the Luke Skywalker moment.
Yeah.
When he was like, fuck you, God. And I was like, what? Huh? What?
Whoa, tell me more.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was just like, that just blew me off of my fucking my comfort zone there. I was like, I'm chill. I'm watching it. Fuck you.
Right. Did I get bumped? I think I got bumped. Oh, I'm all alone.
We're back. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
That was scary.
It was the Dragon Buddy show.
I'm like, oh, I got bumped. Oh no, I'm the only one on.
What did I just say before I disappeared?
Good question.
It was too dramatic.
It was terrible.
Anyway, moving on. We've apparently pissed off the internet gods tonight. The mics have shut off twice, and we just got booted. And I don't understand why. We have full bars and whatnot. So,
I
think StreamYard's just having an emotional fucking outpouring today.
They're having a time.
Yeah. So it was the Luke Skywalker moment I was getting into.
Right.
Yes.
Like that moment where he's like, fuck you, gone. I was like, I was not ready for that.
No, I wasn't either. That was fantastical.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was
Yeah.
great, but like, whoa, it was a little bit lightsaber over the shoulder for me. It comes back around and resolves itself later, which is fucking great. But that moment, I was like, oh, come on, we're gonna do this again, guys.
What's going on?
So, let's see what happens. We find out that there is a set of proton packs that are set to fire anytime the ghosts start coming up out of the hole.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that was cool.
Yes,
though.
That
yeah,
was
all
cool.
focused in on it.
Yep. Once the activity got to the point where it set off the little indicator tool. Fuck, I wish I knew the name of that. I'm sure there's a name for it. It sets off the proton packs. It zaps it crosses the streams.
Maybe that's what we did. We crossed the streams, and that's why the computer was like,
Yeah, it could be. And it it essentially like zaps Gozer back down into the pit for a while, but which is what's causing the reverse seismic activity. It's essentially an implosion instead of an explosion or a tectonic plate shift or whatever.
Right.
So what happens is one of the gatekeeper and the keymaster get out, right?
They meet up and they start pointing.
Yep. So
They
Paul
get it out.
Rudd gets hit first in a Walmart.
Keymaster.
Is that how it sounds?
It's not.
I mean, it might have been. I don't know.
Okay, the Stay Puffed. We got to mention the Stay Puffed, the mini Stay Puffs
those
that
were
are running
so
around.
awesome.
Dude, that had we were in the theater and it wasn't packed by any means. It was like halfway, and what a funny that whole moment with Walmart, roasting each other on the barbecues and putting each other in the blenders, and that whole part was great.
The thing that makes me laugh the most is when the Roomba runs over a puff and smears it across the floor, like when the Roomba runs over like dog shit on the carpet, smears it across the fucking floor.
It was great.
I was fucking howling, dude, in the theater after that.
We were chuckling because
that was funny.
Go see it. We were chuckling.
Yeah. Yeah, the little Stay Puffs were great, even though they fucking telegraphed the whole thing in the commercials.
It was one of those things.
More of it, and it was fun. And like even when they were getting stabbed and stuff, they were like shouting out gleefully. That shit was so funny.
They're like dying with a smile
catching
on their face.
Fire, and he's just like,
He stabbed the two of them with the skewer, and he's lighting them over the throat.
I laughed when he fucking he's walking towards Paul Rudd and he's all like smiling like a baby, and he trips and he falls and his belly lands on the little grated portion of the shelf, and he stands up and he's got all the little bumps.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, the attention to detail makes me so
great.
Happy.
That was awesome.
It was so good. So Gary gets hit with the fucking keymaster.
Yeah.
And Callie gets hit with the gatekeeper. The kids come home and she's like, there is no mom, only Zool.
Which is funny because Lunar Girl has said that for as long as we've had kids, where she'll just say there is no.
You guys have told us that before.
Yeah, because
so that moment was we were laughing, howling like louder than the rest of the people in the theater because that just meant so much more.
It was a private joke.
Oh,
it was.
That's great.
Shortly after that, we find out about the basement.
Well, we found out the basement earlier.
Did we?
Much earlier. Yeah, that was much earlier.
Like
that's how we found Muncher, if I remember correctly.
The stuff about no, because this is when the kids are down there and they find out about the model and they realize the whole farm is a trap.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
Because it's
I'll
after
try.
the mom gets infected, but before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they have already been in the basement. Mom's been in the basement already.
Gotcha.
Remember, and she saw all their pictures and stuff.
10-4 on the 9-7.
So the kids get suited up because they're about to go fuck up shit. And Mom and Gary are about ready to fucking, Zool the business.
Unlock the gates.
I really enjoyed the part where she's walking up and Paul Rudd's like, I like your eyes. And then she just starts talking nonsense and he's like, oh, and then and he goes to give her the flower and she like bites it. I'm like, this is good. So the kids, have devised a scheme about how they're gonna fucking sneak up and disrupt Gozer's plan. They use the cool little fucking robotic trap to go up underneath Zool. What? I can't remember the other dog's name. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Vince Clortho, the gatekeeper.
I'm the gatekeeper.
It's true.
And then
And Zuli.
Yeah, the keymaster.
Vince
But
Clortho, the keymaster, and Zool, the gatekeeper.
Zool. Oh yeah, Vince Clortho.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. So essentially the idea is they're gonna suck Zool into the trap, snatch back Mom, and get the feet the fuck out of there.
Right.
But just before this, I got to bring up, that's the moment where they steal the Ecto-1 back from the cops, and it's the first time they turn the siren on. And the first time I heard the siren, I had a whole moment. Yeah. Where it got, like that stupid siren.
I love it. It's the best, dude.
Yeah, but when you hear it, like there's gonna be some Ghostbusted.
Hell
Yeah.
And you're all in for it.
Hell yeah.
Especially those of us who watch the cartoon. We heard that so much.
Absolutely. That meant business.
It meant business. So I gotta take the time to bring up Phoebe's fucking joke telling. We haven't talked about it.
Yes.
Like when they're getting ready to go down the shaft, and she said, what does a hamster and a cigarette have in common? And she says, nothing until you put them in your mouth and set them on fire. I was fucking dying. This is one of the funniest fucking jokes I've ever heard.
I giggled and I looked around me and saw people looking at me instead. And I'm like, yeah, that's my kind of humor. Fuck off.
It was so fucking funny.
Oh, they were great.
And like some of the jokes that she told Gozer, like the one about the what do you call a fish with no eyes? And it's such a stupid joke, but the way she delivers it, where she's like, you're just like, oh my gosh, it's funny. And there's their dad jokes to the nth degree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But when she delivers them, they're so expertly timed, and you're not really prepared for them because they're coming out of a little girl.
Right.
That you're just like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I was like, I think this girl's got a fucking bright future.
Absolutely.
Because she understands how to deliver lines way beyond her years.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to, what she does next. So anyway, they all head back to the farm, right?
Right.
Because they've got fucking Zool. And so the bait's in the trap.
Traps in the bait.
And you got the trap set back at the farm. Old girl Lucky has like looped back around and she's ready, hiding behind the door, and Gozer comes through and like they're just like shooting her and shit's gonna happen.
Hell yeah.
And then the little Stay Pups fuck everything up.
Yeah, they do.
So let's skip over the dramatic shit here and let's talk about the fucking highlight when the kid is facing off with Gozer and then Grandpa grabs her hand and steadies it. Like
Right.
I'm waterworks at this point.
It is. It was heavy. That was a heavy
Both
moment.
times I've seen it, fucking waterworks.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't get emotional.
Ah.
It was good. I didn't get emotional though.
Oh, I straight up, I was like, onions and bullshit.
I guess I kind of saw it coming.
I didn't the first time.
Obviously.
And then knowing the reverence that the rest of everything is going to be handled with, I cried again.
Oh my goodness.
Because I felt all of the feelings that were coming in advance.
I'm just
and
watching this movie the first time after like taking away from this movie is a straight up from the fans, from the friends, from the co-workers, from the fans of the movie, a goodbye letter to Harold Ramis, a thank you letter to Harold Ramis.
Right.
And like so expertly done that it really kind of you can feel the heaviness of those scenes where
I felt it. I just didn't get emotional. I'm just
right.
Wait until you watch it the second time.
Just saying.
Nobody makes me cry my own tears either, Brady.
Yeah.
I think they were Lunar
makes me
Girls.
bleed my own blood.
Yeah, those are Lunar Girls tears on my face. I swear.
And to go a step further on what you said, this entire movie is a love letter to the first two movies.
Fuck. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Like an expertly written love letter to the things that made the original movies wonderful. They were your tears. Beyond the intention that they were going for. They were just trying to make a comedy horror movie and
right.
But they became this cultural phenomenon. And this movie, when the way they wrote it, without beating you over the head with it all, like delivered every moment that you needed on a fucking platter. Was like, here, feel this.
The critics said, oh, it's too much fan service, this and that. And us fans said, no, it's not too much fan service. It was well-written fan service.
Yeah.
Because the people in the movie were fans themselves. And you could feel that. You could feel that coming through.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that being said, we get an immediate cameo from our other favorite Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And from the second that Venkman starts running his mouth, oh, hey baby, I thought we broke up. You're like, oh, here it is. This is
great.
Exactly what's been missing.
The nod to, are you a god? And Ray, think for just a second.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah.
Yes, I am a god.
I am a god. As a matter of fact, I remember fucking this up last
quick
time.
Little side eye from Winston over there in the corner going, you come on.
I knew exactly what they were talking about.
Yep. And so then, of course, everything goes south, right? Through there, and we won't belabor all the fucking fine points. And then we get another opportunity where they all have their proton packs trained on her, and we get that last moment with Harold Ramis.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't fucking at least get emotional during this part,
settle down.
You're fucking up, because like he gets to say goodbye to everybody gets to say goodbye to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And you as a movie goer get to say goodbye to Harold, which we didn't get to do really, because he was into his private life when things went south for him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It wasn't like, oh yeah, Harold Ramis died when he was doing this, and so we finished it, and this is for Harold. Like he just kind of went quietly into that good night, and we were all just like, oh, Harold Ramis is gone.
And then you see a movie with him and go, man, he was really good.
Right. So I mean, this really, for fans, I think like us, at least had closure in it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that Jason Reitman being able to pick up his father's, story for directing.
Right.
It was such a like I can't say it enough. The writing, the direction of the movie, that it was so well put together that it streamlined right in with the old movies, but also bringing with that new generation feel that this could go somewhere else. Like
Right.
we could ride this wave, and I'd be happy riding this wave wherever we go from here.
Hmm.
And if we don't, I am so satisfied with how we left this, because you know we left it at a point where all of our guys, we know where they are.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to get more. But I believe that it's going to be the next generation kind of a thing. I don't think we'll see more of the old gang.
Oh yeah.
Other than maybe what's his name? The black guy. Hudson.
Winston, yeah.
Yeah,
Ernie
the guy that
Hudson.
plays Winston.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, thank you. I think that maybe the kids go get Ecto-1 from him at some point.
Yeah, which boils down to the two after credit scenes, which was really great, where they're like, and Sigourney Weaver, and here's the Sigourney Weaver scene where we go back with her and Peter Venkman, and she's shocking the shit out of him as he's getting all the cards right.
Right.
And it was just, that was a great scene. So like, hey, they got together. They're still together. And she's over there going, zzz. And
If
shy,
you
that was
have a
perfect.
loving relationship with your spouse, that vibe, like somebody who loves their spouse wrote that scene.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where they're having a really authentic interaction between two people that not have just recently loved each other, but have loved each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
And she knew his game before he exposed his game.
Right.
And he knew the jig was up before he admitted it. And, they were just playing it out, because that's what you do when you're like, I know your game, you know my game, and we're just going to play our game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just fucking well done.
I didn't watch these. I didn't know these existed.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're going to YouTube, son.
I'll tell you. I didn't know these. I heard nothing of it.
Oh.
I heard no rumblings of there being mid-credit scenes.
Uh-huh.
And I thought they ended it with For Harold.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay,
good,
we're
right?
done.
Okay.
That's the way I thought it ended. So me and my son got up and left, dude. I had no idea. I didn't know they were treating it like a Marvel film.
So we watched this Sigourney Weaver scene, and my youngest, we were kind of cramped up in the seats for a while, so it was taking a little longer to get out. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Ernie Hudson talking. And we quick turned around and went back down the ramp and went, oh, there's an after credit scene.
Yeah.
And that lasted like 5 minutes, or at least it felt like a few minutes, where
don't shame me in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I didn't do
wow.
I heard
Sean
nothing
Paul's
of
really on you.
Credit scene.
Well, we won't ruin the other one for you either.
Yeah, go watch that one on YouTube. It is on YouTube. I found a couple parts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
No, Marvel has taught me everything. I watch Marvel. I don't get up from a Marvel movie.
Yeah, some people
They
like
took
to fucking.
They took notes from Marvel and went.
I get up and go.
I just sit there until they're like, "Hey, fucking movie's off, you prick."
Right.
Jordan, if you knew that there was extra credit scenes, you should have fucking told me, and we would have turned around. Don't say this was my fault.
It was your fault.
Oh wow.
This fucking punk.
He's a gamer girl anyway.
Fucking punk.
So that being said,
yeah.
I don't think we need to go so far as to be like, hey guys, you should go see this movie. Like, we fucking loved this movie.
Oh, it was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
I've seen it twice, and I will see it again at the theater.
It'll definitely be on my iTunes when it comes out.
I already pre-ordered the digital copy for when it comes out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the theater and watch it here probably in the next week or so by myself, just because I want to be alone with it.
Brady getting salty. Fucking right.
Yeah. Well, take that to the Salty Nerd podcast.
Yeah.
One of these days they're gonna ask us to be on it, and we're gonna be like, yes. Oh man. Well, special shout out again for Dragon Buddy for hanging out with us.
I love hanging out with you guys.
We did
Hell
some
yeah.
discussing earlier. We're gonna do this mix more often.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Dragon Buddy into the fold a lot more often.
Yep. I mean, along with some of the other folks that we like to bring in and out, but this chat that we have with Dragon Buddy seems to have a feel, and I think we're gonna do it more often.
Yeah.
Right in the feels.
I like it.
Right in the feels.
Right in the feels.
In fact, he's going to be on the show next week. That was the first teaser.
And now you know.
And now you know. But it's definitely coming more often. So,
cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate being on with you guys. Have fun. We talk about good stuff.
That's why we want to keep it continuing, man.
Yeah. And I think that the folks that watch the show like your input.
Hell yeah. I hope so. They've stayed the whole time thus far.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. You guys give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Like this show is at least 35 minutes longer than I planned. So, when will I be on again?
Oh, I don't know.
Soon. Very soon.
Soon, yeah.
You know what we haven't done yet? Nightmare Before Christmas. Have you seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
I've seen it a long time ago. I never liked it, so I didn't watch it a million times. But we can watch it. I'll watch it again. We can do it.
Let's have Let's have not Lunar Girl. Let's have Chantel on.
Because I know that's what I heard.
Like in 2 weeks, maybe.
Because next week we're gonna do Iron Man 3.
Yes, and then maybe in 2 weeks, which would be. Ooh, I see. This is how we're programming the show, guys, on the fly. The 15th of December.
Live.
Chantel, you in the 15th of December? We're just waiting.
Yeah.
While we wait on her response. Everybody make sure that you like this video. Shoot us a review. We haven't seen a review in a long fucking time. And which is interesting because our viewership has increased.
Oh, great. Dave and Jason are
Dave and Jason.
I think we're fucking copying them. Even though neither of us listen to
Even though that came out as natural, that's pretty wild.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Well, I mean, Rogue One Radio and us did Afterlife the same week.
Right. Well, there's a lot of people I've noticed who've done Afterlife this week.
Yep. Let's just say that we'll tell Dave and Jason that they're copying us. And we'll make a big joke about it. Be like,
hey, I just found out what they were doing in the chat, so it's true.
Yeah, it was definitely not intentional, but let's play it up like they're fucking us over.
Yeah.
It'll be more fun that way.
Yeah.
But really about the reviews, like our listener base, since Lunar Girl has started doing a lot of social media stuff for us because she's excellent at it. Our listener base has increased quite a bit. No new reviews.
Yeah. So leave us a review.
Go write a review.
Yeah, yell at us. Tell us that Dragon Buddy's better than we are.
Tell me that I suck and it's okay. You wouldn't be the first and you won't be the last. But write it.
Explain to me why you think I'm wrong about Mel Tucker.
I'm gonna write a review.
In detail.
Yeah, Mel Tucker's gonna write a review. Listen, you fucking broke bitch.
Well, come on, Mel Tucker, get the fuck on it and write a review.
You don't fucking talk to me about shit. I got a private jet. Eat a dick.
You don't know shit about shit.
Like, how was your work day, you punk ass bitch?
My truck costs $10,000. He's got a private jet. I'm a dick.
Tell Brady how salty he is. My name's Zori Blissful.
Tell Brady how salty he is.
Yeah.
I think that maybe somebody should write a review about the level of salt that Brady's got. See, look at it. It's
depending upon the
the
subject matter.
Chantel is a yes, like we proposed marriage.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, she's like, I would love to talk about Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, please make sure that you subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Do it.
Follow us on social media and interact with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Brady, tell these guys where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at lowercase o 0 capital BIG underscore capital LOVIN 0 lowercase o, and once again that's on Instagram and Twitter. Don, tell these great people where they can find you, buddy.
They can always find me at Jetfire1979 on Twitter, and I'm DellaSnooch on Instagram. Where you living at, Brady or Dragon Buddy?
I am living in the Poconos and
Poconos.
doing well. You can find me usually in the chats of all the Red 5 network. The whole family of podcasts, I lurk, and you will find me there. As far as social media, it's just for shit posting. You can't really find me or talk to me on there.
Nice.
Alrighty.
I like it. It's fair enough.
Well, you're going to be able to find Dragon Buddy around here more often for sure.
You'll find them within the pages of the ATSW, the Escape Pod.
Absolutely.
It is true.
And you can find all of us and other great podcasts at red5network.com.
It is true.
It is good times, and you will find them.
It is always a good time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
May the force be with you.
And go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue.
I built a lightsaber. It was amazing.
I gotta take a piss. That's even more amazing.
A piss would be
Brady's
amazing.
got to pee.
So bad.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.